Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, leg guy propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight Marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. That's what up. Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd without fear. Carter's joining us here in just a minute. What is up, everybody? What's good? How's everyone doing? It's happy Saturday. Also, happy Easter weekend. For those, I like to think of it as Zombie Jesus Day. But, yes. Happy Easter weekend. And, yeah. Not ready. We got a lot to talk about today. Of course, the soup du jour is going to be Moon Knight Episode 3. We'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about some DCEU announcements because, you know, Warner Brothers Discovery just recently happened, and there's going to be some shakeups there. We'll also be talking about, because this is actually something that, I believe this was something that actually came up the day before or as the cave was going on last week. We'll be talking about Gorr the God Butcher. There were some leaks. We've technically already seen set photos of Gorr the God Butcher on the Thor Love and Thunder set, but we'll be talking about some toy leaks that have people very upset. We'll also be talking a little bit about some Blue Beetle casting news that I think is very interesting. And a certain member of the Breakfast Club has a comic coming out. We'll be talking about all that and more on the 151st episode of the Blerd Cave. And you know what? Since we got a little time here. So you know what? I want to address something that I don't know. I don't know if we've actually gotten to talk about in a while. And that is going to be St. Jude Play Live. We got St. Jude Play Live coming up. I don't know all the full exact details, but I'll get more to you guys on that as it happens, as things actually occur. I'll be getting you guys that information. I'll be telling you what we're going to be up to. I know, we're still trying to get shit done from last year, just because it's been a wild year. But that said, I also want to point out something. I want to point out the Ninja Gecko is in the goddamn building. We also got Antonio Logan in this motherfucker. I see Dropped Combo in here. I see Ed Boy in the cut. We also got Artie Aaron 70 from across the pond. We got the homie R. Callie in here. We also got Herbert Scott, Lamar Rolak up in this biatch. We also got LJ Mac 03 in here. We got QR Steel, same O'Shawn, fantastic Null Breaker up in this piece. We also got Zero Cool 51. We also got Edward Nigma 9x9 in the building. Which, by the way, I don't know if y'all know, I don't want to give away his secret identity, because I know that Batman is still out here looking for him, but just so y'all know, that's the Riddler. We also got Mario Freeman in this motherfucker. We also got Vampire Hunter D's famous Vampire Hunter cousin, Vampire Hunter Greg, in this piece. We also got Jesse Smith. We got You Stupid Fool up in here. We got Jalen Neal, Ibrahim Robinson. We got Gabriel the Dark Knight in the building. We got the Shadow of the Cat in the goddamn building. We also got the Urban Prince of Strong Styles. We also got Wild Child 730 NY2 Vegas in this biatch. We also got Bill 930505 in here. We got the Gunmetal Sage. We got Splosh Baby Toshiro up in here. Warren Register, Hiryu Noshi. We got the T1000 in here as well. Still on the hunt for John Connor. We also got Cyrus Uchimaru up in this bitch. And oh man, we got the Human Porch straight up out of the Baxter building. We also got the homie Vireen and Mailman up in here. Gabora Skipper. We also got Brandon Bolden up in this mofo. We got John, that's my real name, Smith in the building. Got Shaman 05 line. we got all the people, and we also got Tall Thane up in here. Everybody's in here. We're happy to see you. Okay, Carter says he is ready, but I'm not ready because I have to resize his camera. So, apologies, people. Apologies. Because I change things from time to time, and it's a curse. It's a curse, and it's a curse that it's a curse that I have to live with. I apologize. But anyway, all that said, it is going to be a amazing show, because it always is. Yeah, because that's just how we do things here. Always an amazing show. And more importantly than that, Carter.
Yes.
How you doing, pimp?
Good, man. I'm good. If you can see, we're getting our Pat McAfee on today.
I see. Look, yeah. I see.
I'm just missing the glitter.
Oh, this man.
I'm just missing the glitter, and I'm missing the Steve Weisers because we're trying to cut back on that. But yeah, we good. We good.
He out here trying to stunt.
Yeah, like I was gonna do the whole thing standing up like he does, but I said, "No, my camera can't hang like that. My camera can't handle that. My camera can't handle that."
You actually thought about that, changing how I do my workflow, like just being like, "Nah, man, I'm just gonna stand up from now." It's like, "Nah, I like sitting down."
Yeah.
Because that's a flex. You like standing up, I think, is too much work. Sitting down is the ultimate flex. Because in a world where everybody's trying to be more mobile, I'm sitting down because I don't care.
So here's the problem with sitting down, though. You never notice it. But sitting down so much push you to sleep quicker because you're not moving. You ain't standing up doing nothing. That's why you always have people see. A lot of you all won't notice this shit until you get older, until you get like this. But there's a reason that phrase. I need to just go walk around. People just need to go walk around for no fucking reason. It's because we about to nod the hell off. That's why.
Yeah, that is true. This is true. You know what? Real quick, because before we get in our little discussion today, I do want to point out we got us a super chat here from the homie Khonshu's baby's father in the building.
Like we always do.
Oh, yes. Says, what up, Cave? Happy Easter, everyone, with the $2 super chat. And we also got the homie Jamal Simmons with the $2 super chat. Says, congratulations on the 66.3K Blerd and Carter. Yes. Yeah, we're actually, I mean, it's so weird. And I gotta admit, part of it is the slow rolling is it's a because it goes up and down. Like sometimes like it's speedy, sometimes it's not. But yeah, a lot of it's actually due to lack of production on my part, because I've actually been kind of taking it easy. Like I noticed that like whenever I just drop like 4, 5, 6 videos in a week, which is not sustainable. The channel just does extremely well. The plus you add the caves on top of that, the amazing content that we're putting on here every Saturday. It's not sustainable. So whenever I cut back, it kind of like it throws the algorithm off, and YouTube doesn't recommend the videos as much. And it's all some dumb shit. But yeah, it's a thing. It's whatever.
And something I noticed last week, and now we're getting closer every week now. I'm about to hit 100 episodes of being on this thing.
Dude, out here.
I'm about to hit triple digits, man.
Mm-hmm. Dude, trips.
Dude.
Look, you're gonna be in the 100 club.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
You're gonna be in the 100 club. There you go. He's in it.
Somebody worked the Golden Corral at some point.
Damn, I actually kind of forgot about that fucking restaurant. Oh my God! But no, let's go ahead and get into Moon Knight. Moon Knight, episode 3. Man, dude, Carter. This is the thing I find kind of crazy about Moon Knight. And this is Disney Plus shows in general. They go by so fast, yet it feels like they don't come fast enough.
Ew.
Yeah, that too. But no, they're because I was like, man, I'm really ready for episode 3. Oh man, but it feels like it's been like forever. And then when it finally shows up, you're just like, oh shit, it's only 3 episodes. Only 3 episodes in. Jesus. But no, this episode gave us a lot. And I don't think a lot of people noticed how much it gave us. This was kind of like this was the quiet killer. This was the Quiet Killer episode.
It's funny. It's funny you said. It's funny you said killer. Because I know one thing that people are really upset it didn't give us, and this was the episode that they didn't give it to us. So please go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it's all right. So for those that don't know what's going on here, basically we've got, of course, Stephen Grant, who has been locked away in the sunken place. As far as I guess the canon of Moon Knight is concerned, he's been locked away. He no longer has control of the body. Mark Spector is the one who is calling the shots right now. Or is he? So this episode basically kicks off with Mark. And he's on the hunt. He's trying to track down Arthur Harrow, who, as we learned in the previous episode, has the scarab. He can find Amit and resurrect her and bring catastrophe to the world by way of doing something on a level even Tom Cruise could not accomplish. And I'm not talking about giving us a successful Jack Reacher. I'm talking about giving us an actual Minority Report. But yeah,
it was a nasty amalgamation of franchises you just attempted to put together, man. That was a nasty sandwich you just tried to make.
Yeah, the sad part is it was only fresh in my head because we literally just finished Jack Reacher.
His movies or the show?
No, the show.
What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. I love the show. I don't like the movies.
Yeah,
because Jack Reacher is not like 5'3".
Because I don't think you. Well, I don't know. I know a lot of people didn't like those Hawk and Dove storylines on Titans, but I was gonna say, you think it was good that he left the show to do Reacher?
Yes. Even though I liked him as Hawk in Titans,
yeah.
But he was actually one of my preferred parts of the show. But I'm glad that he's doing this now. Because he actually looks like Jack Reacher and he acts like Jack Reacher. Is what I imagine Jack Reacher. When I think Jack Reacher now, I think Alan Ritchson. That's what I think now. But no, getting back over to Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Here, let me do this too real quick because apparently, hold up. Bring that up just a taste. But no, so Mark has become more bloodthirsty. He's out here. He's murking cats. But the thing is, the same treatment that we saw done with Steven in the first episode, where he would black out and he'd have no clue what was going on. Well, Mark is starting to get that exact same treatment. But not only is he getting that same treatment, it's not Steven is the one that's doing it to him. This is where they've kind of started hinting that there is the third personality.
So many people just immediately assume it's Khonshu. I saw so many people reacting to this episode where everybody just saying it's Khonshu. It's hilarious.
It's Khonshu. It's got to be Khonshu. Just you wait.
It's either the fans that don't know Moon Knight, which is great to see because it's they still have the element of surprise, or it's people that will watch the episode and because Steven said it must be Khonshu. Oh, then it got to be Khonshu.
Which. Okay, so let's keep it a buck here. It ain't Khonshu. No. And here's the thing, and I think it's going to be I think what's going to throw people for a loop is that when we get to this fourth episode, which is supposedly the episode where shit's really supposed to hit the fan, I think is where we're going to wind up seeing the Moon Knight personality of Jake Lockley. Now, we've already seen, so let's get this out of the way. The core, there's a core of personalities. I think we talked about this last week and maybe even the week prior. Moon Knight has multiple personalities. He has personalities that we have seen on the screen so far. He has personalities that we've seen in the comics that are all over the damn place.
Yeah, it's kind of
all over the place.
And it's funny you say that, just because I would hope that you would have realized what personality it is, since Kevin Feige has already shown us that these characters were coming to the MCU. But I'm kind of surprised that you went with Jake Lockley.
Yeah,
well, I think I think this episode confirmed it. With all the blood and the silver, something sharp. We got blood. All you gotta do is think, people. I thought Ernie would have been the one who would have done it. I thought Ernie would have been the guy. He would have put all them numbers together like fucking Rain Man, but apparently not. You got silver, you got something sharp, and you got blood everywhere. Kevin Feige was in what? The X-Men comic book, which confirmed the X-Men was coming to the MCU. So now we know, if you go back to the Bendis run of Moon Knight, which Ernie has referenced several times, it was fucking Wolverine. How do you all not put these pieces in your head? How do you all not put the pieces together? I don't understand that.
Oh my god!
How y'all not do that? Ernie been giving you context clues, and then just said "fuck it" and blurted out the Bendis run. That was the biggest clue that it was Wolverine personality in there.
Well, y'all know how y'all always say I'm a Marvel shill, like I'm always hanging out on the set. This is just a green screen. I'm actually on set. I think they're filming Blade right now behind me. They're filming Blade. I'm here right now. But what y'all don't know is, dude, Kevin told me himself. He told me himself. He actually came to me and said, "Hey, Blerd, I don't really want you telling anybody this, but don't bring up the Bendis run on the cave, because we're really leaning heavily into that for this limited series." And we wanted to be a surprise, and we know nobody else knows. So, y'all start seeing the red dots on my head.
Look at the chat. Look at Earth. We just said, don't forget, old boy met Mark, wife, and Madripoor. Who else is in Madripoor? Patch. Patch. What is Patch's other name? Wolverine. See, y'all don't understand why y'all don't think, man. Come on, y'all.
I just want to point out, I'm a holler if the other personality is Patch.
And I give you all a lot of credit. And Ernie says that one of my main problems is that I don't give you all a lot of credit. I don't give people in general a lot of credit that they're the brightest. I give you all credit this time. And what do we hear? We hear Jake fucking Lockley. Come on now, y'all. Come on, y'all.
But they did say there was going to be a bombshell. They said there was going to be a bombshell. And once again, you did bring it up, Madripoor. This is the second time Madripoor has been brought up in in an MCU Disney Plus show. This is the second time, because the first time was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I believe it was in episode 3 or 4 that it was brought up. I think it was episode 3. I mean, Madripoor is out there, and we know, and I mean, Madripoor is kind of a general Marvel location, but it is more associated with the X-Men, and more specifically with Wolverine. I mean, do other people go to Madripoor in the Marvel comics? Yeah, sure. Winter Soldier. Some of the more shady individuals in the Marvel Comics universe. But 99.9% of the time, Madripoor comes up. It's something X-Men related. Almost, I would even dare say 99.9999999% of the time, it's something X-Men related. So, but I do like that. Also, we got some other references in this show as well. We got references to Black Panther. They were kind of loose. They're kind of loose, and you kind of have to do a little bit of reading into it to get it. But they're the character Bast, who is like the god that Wakandans revere. Her siblings are in, or rather, I guess by proxy of their avatars, her siblings show up in this episode as well. For those who are unfamiliar, so Hathor, who was one of them, which I don't think I have an image of her.
I wish every time you reference or say anything about Black Panther, that Black Panther tune just subtly played in the background. So you just said like Black Panther. Just coming over. Just a random thought just came to my mind every time he just, Black Panther. Boom, boom, boom. Where did that come from?
Oh my god! Like you start hearing like, huh? But no, do we? Oh, but yeah, Boss. Yeah, and as LJ just kind of pointed out, Boss. He is actually, or rather, she is actually Khonshu's sister. Hathor, pretty much all of the Egyptian gods, because the Egyptian gods as well as like the African gods, they're not that far apart. They're in the same continent. Yep. Khonshu is technically related to Bast in a lot of ways, but Hathor is actually technically a villain that pops up later on in all of that. But because if I'm not mistaken, Hathor is I want to say Hathor is the one who like represents the lion, which is like in direct opposition. Because Hathor Sekhmet. They represent the lion, which is like in direct opposition of Black Panther. And Bast. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Actually, you know what? I think I finally got it. Here we go. Yeah. Here it is. Here. Oh, bam. So hard to get these things sometimes. But yeah, this is her right here, the woman that Mark is talking to. I don't know if this is going to mean anything down the road. I don't know if they're actually going to, like, do anything with this. Probably, maybe not. Who knows? It's hard to say sometimes what the fuck Marvel is going to take and run with. We've seen this in regards to what was going on with Carter. You remember Avengers Endgame, where there was a throwaway piece of dialogue where Okoye was saying that, there's been massive earthquakes off the coast of Wakanda, and then everybody kind of took it, ran with it, oh snap, they just referenced Namor, and then one of the writers for the script of Avengers Endgame like responded to it, was like, I wish we were that smart. But now it seems like they're actually taking that, because we have had recent reports that Tenoch Huerta, who's going to be supposedly playing Namor, I don't think he's actually been officially announced. They haven't officially said it, but I think we know that he's going to be playing Namor. We've gotten some reports recently that is a thing that's happening. So it's hard to say what Marvel is and is not shooting at when these things come up. But I think it's safe to say, and that's something I think that I don't think a lot of people realize how closely tied Moon Knight and Black Panther are to one another. You don't see it as much these days, but yeah, those two characters actually have a lot in common and have had more interactions than I think a lot of people realize. So yeah, which it's a shame, because, the whole Chadwick Boseman thing, he has passed, so we probably won't see that depicted anytime terribly soon. But yeah, so for those who are wondering, though, yes, I think while I would not be down on the idea of a patch appearance in Moon Knight episode 4, I'm going to go on a limb and say I think we're just getting more teases of Jake Lockley. There were some people that actually tried to say that, there was there's a point in the episode where he's wearing the ball cap. And that's technically one of Jake Lockley's trademarks, is that he usually wears hats. More specifically the Kangol, but yeah, it just depends. But a lot of people noticed that his accent had changed a little bit when he was I think it was at a point where he was with Layla and talking to her, but it's hard to say. That could just have been like a flub on one thing or another. Oscar Isaac had some weird moments in this episode just all the way around, but I'm going to go on a limb and say, yeah, we can definitely expect to see. I think we might see more than just Jake Lockley in this next episode. We might actually start seeing even more personalities. I don't know if it's going to be on the same level as what we saw in what Carter was talking about with the Bendis. With the Bendis run. Bendis run was actually quite fucking wild. With those types of references and shit. But, like, basically, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. You look at this shot right here where it's like, it's Mark. Yeah, let's zoom that out a little bit. You got Mark's in there. He's got Wolverine, Spider-Man, Captain America all around him, but they're not really there. He's basically talking to himself. But yeah, I don't know if it'll be quite on that level, but it would be interesting to see. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that play out. But Carter, what did you think about the whole this episode, the very beginning of it, really, where he's just trying to he's actually going out of his way not to kill the three dudes on the rooftop.
Yeah.
What did you think about?
Well, I think this just kind of shows that like he's trying to go about things a certain way where if he doesn't have to, he doesn't really want to. But I also looked at it more so like I think he would have killed two people on that roof. I think he didn't really want to kill the young man. Yeah. I'm not going to call him a kid, but
he was clearly college age.
Yeah, he was clearly a young.
Yeah.
So he was clearly a young one. So I don't think he wanted to kill him because maybe it would have brought up the reason he has these personalities in the first place, and maybe it would have made things worse. I think he would have murdered the other two with relative ease. So I think it spoke volumes when we just got a Will Smith special on the young man.
Like, bop.
Yeah, so I think that's really what that was referencing. That was the first thing that popped into my head was that, okay, he doesn't want to kill that young man. If they do anything about him possibly harming younger folks, and that's why his mind just kind of split.
Yeah.
If that's why his mind split into these other personalities, he's trying to lean away from that because, I know we're probably going to get into later on in the episode, but there was that one part where he referenced that he had Steven under control for the most part until something happened. So that was the main thing that I took away from that was, just that, he didn't want to hurt that kid. It would have brought up some bad things. So when Steven just leaving, I think that was another kind of sign that he didn't want to really get any worse than his mind already was.
Yeah. And it was definitely something interesting just because when he takes the boy to the ledge, boy's just like, nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill myself. He just like cut, because he had like a scarf or some shit that was holding him up. He just cut that shit, and the dude, it was hilarious. It was a terrifying scene, if for no other reason than that. The first thing that kind of crept into my mind was. That was the first thing that actually kind of crept in my mind. But anyway, so that moment happens, and he and the kid, I didn't think they were actually showed either, but you see the kid at the bottom of the cliff, bottom of the thing, and he's got the Family Guy action going on. He got the leg cocked back, one arm going the other direction. But it kind of made me wonder a little bit because Mark was once again, he was horrified that happened, and then of course the other two people that were killed, like he had no recollection of any of that. I think a lot of people probably thought it was Khonshu for no other reason. Then Khonshu was the one that's kind of sitting right there while all the shit's happening, but I don't think. I'm sorry, y'all.
I knew that's where your mind was gonna go. My mind went to fucking Jack Nicholson in The Departed, because there was a scene early on in that movie where he kills a man and woman. and he shoots the woman in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And then he looks at his boy and is like, Jesus, she fell funny. And that was just the
Look, man, I'm a psychopath. I'm sorry.
Because I mean, when he fell, you hear the just when he smacked the ground, and then the camera just shows you hit by him. Like, oh, he fell like, funny. Bro. And Khonshu didn't make it no better.
DJ said, "Brother said, Amit will provide."
I don't know if his health insurance is that good, because you smacked the ground pretty hard there, man.
Look, we ain't got universal health care yet, man. You can't be just taking them random dives off cliffs.
Man, in the words of Will Smith, I ain't no bungee expert, but I don't think you supposed to be slamming into the ground like that.
Right? But no, he's a young boy on the cliff sounded like Barry White, though. His voice did get like uncharacteristically deep, like right before he dropped. Because I was like, I was expecting him to be like, I don't know why when and this isn't a Marvel thing, this is Hollywood in general. Whenever Hollywood tries to convince you that someone is young, I don't know why, for some reason, I just always envision them sounding like, oh, well, gosh, golly gee willikers. And this dude came out talking about some, yeah, man, Alma got me. And it went off the cliff. Why do you sound like the brother from Underworld?
Oh, God.
Kevin Graveau.
Kevin Graveau, yeah. Oh, God.
By the way, also the creator of Blue Marvel. but no, I just thought it was funny. Somebody was like, whoop, right, and then just dropped off the cliff. I was like, bruh, come on now. But no, also, we did, here's why I don't know, maybe there might be some truth to the whole Khonshu thing as far as taking over Steven's body, but I don't think that's the case, because if that was the case, I don't think Marvel would have showed it to us later in the episode, because there's a part where and we've actually seen this in the trailers, but we just didn't have context for what was happening. But this scene right here where we see Mark is he's sweating heavy, he's in the pyramid, and all of this is actually when Khonshu is taking over his body. Carter, I don't know if I was the only one, but did you get X-Men Apocalypse vibes off that scene? That dude started hollering.
That first scream, I remember the first trailer, so yes.
Yeah.
I'm still happy to this day. I have never seen that movie.
DA missed a goddamn look.
I saw the trailers and said no.
Yeah. Well, you slap him on the back of the head, be like, no. It was funny to me because like he literally did everything, but everything they've built will fall.
That's the first thing, I swear to you, that was the first thing I thought of when that screen came out, because it caught me off guard. Another thing that I liked about that scene, though, that no one's talking about, it was still Mark.
Yeah.
Because if you pay attention, when he starts screaming and shit, his eyes are looking around like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he's not used to being like, because everybody else, they've lent total control over to the god that they're the avatar of. Like everybody else was like, oh yeah, this is nothing. Yeah. But then you get to where Khonshu is speaking, it's like, dude, Mark is like, bruh.
Like if you all watch this scene again, because the young woman told him like, just let it happen, and obviously Mark, Steven, whichever one is gonna fight to the end. They don't want it to happen. So if you watch that scene again, pay attention to his eyes. And that's why like I like Oscar Isaac as an actor, just because you could tell like it was literally like he's looking around like, what the fuck? I can't control this. Like, what the fuck is going on? Every time he screamed, it caught him off guard that Khonshu was able to just that quick just take him over.
Right.
And with all the, just going back to your point about him, like with the fight, the three gentlemen prior, you made the statement that he I look at it like Mark is kind of trying to speed shit up.
Yeah.
Because I think that he knows he is on a limited amount of time before Khonshu just says fuck it and takes his wife.
Right.
So that's what I think all that stuff is. But yeah, that scene in particular, that was the one thing that I did notice, was that he almost looked terrified and spooked that Khonshu was just that quick. I can just be in there. And I think that's another reason a lot of people may have thought it was Khonshu that killed those people. It's just because later on in the episode, you can see how quickly it is for him just to take Mark, Steven,
just snatched him up
over.
Well, yeah, because that's the other thing we gotta remember too. For those who are not as up to speed, the reason why Mark is concerned, why he's so concerned with Khonshu and getting the mission done, is because he knows that Khonshu is eyeballing taking over his wife, Layla, who, by the way, this episode, dude, Layla was out here. Dude, she whipped them that necklace. I don't know if I got I don't know if I even got a shot of it.
Was it a crescent moon? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think it was. But it was aimed down. So
yeah,
I
it was aimed down. It was aimed down.
Yeah, I didn't think about it at first.
She did take it apart, so I don't know if maybe Mark gave it to her since she already knew about Moon Knight, or that was something that she had, or maybe Khonshu has been sliding them DMs without Mark knowing.
Right. Yeah. It does make one wonder a little bit. Yeah. Actually, wait here. Let me see if I can. Because like I don't have the scene in question where she actually like busts them bad boys out. I don't have it. But you can kind of see it right here. This little necklace where she pops that motherfucker off. Yeah, it's a crescent moon that's facing down. And man, if she whips that out, man, you realize that's all them whole ass weapons. It's like, bruh, hold on.
You know, one thing I never noticed, but when you brought up the scene when when Khonshu is basically in front of the other gods, I never noticed it until this week, and I think it was because I was wearing actual headphones when I was watching, and not these little, iPhone earbuds, whatever. I never noticed when Harrow was walking around, you hear the fucking glass in his shoes, and I cringed every time. I'm just like, oh my
you hear
God.
That?
You literally hear that glass swaying in them Crocs, and I was horrified, and my skin crawled every time he walked, and you heard it.
Oh yeah, every time he moves, anytime he takes a step, you can hear it, and it's haunting. And honestly, kudos to Ethan Hawke, because that was 100% his idea, nobody else's.
Kudos to whoever did the sound as well, because it's not overpowering. You have to kind of listen for it. Or if you're watching the scene and you're so invested in the scene, you may hear a certain noise, and then boom, you realize, oh, he's still walking around. Has he taken them shoes off at any point? But so it's oh man, that was one of the main things that got me when he came in.
Oh yeah. The other thing is there were some other shenanigans going on in this episode, namely, other than like the whole deal with the other personality that's emerging from him. We've also kind of got to take a peek over at what the gods pay attention to. Because that was kind of the whole reason. The whole reason why they were even in the pyramid doing the whole meeting was because Khonshu had manipulated the sky. And it's something that actually comes back up again later. Because that was the thing, like Khonshu's like, oh, well, if I piss off the gods any more than I already have, then they're going to cast me in stone. And like that's why I think, and that's the other reason why Khonshu was just trying so hard to plead his case to those other gods that Arthur Harrow is going to resurrect Amit. But it's one of those things, like it comes off as the ravings of a madman, and which is so weird considering that, like, once again, normally Khonshu's pretty chill. Like, even when he's angry, he's typically pretty chill. He's just like, it's whatever. But like, he's really angry, so he's not pleading his case well.
Kind of shows you how dumb these gods are, because for him to plead his case, these are all gods whose avatars are front and center. Amit is in a tomb somewhere that at this point no one knows where.
Mm-hmm.
So you look down on the dude that's like, hey, this is her avatar. He's plotting to get her out.
They're like, nah.
Like, he's the only one whose spirit can't come speak for himself. This is just a manipulative white man that's just talking y'all ear off, and y'all follow hook, line, and sinker. That part, I'm like, damn, these gods are stupid. Well, give me the dummy that I've grown accustomed to. Where the Thor gods at? Because you Egyptian motherfuckers are on another level of dumb that a white man has been able to manipulate you all like this with glass in his Yeezy Crocs.
He really does shop. He really does dress like Kanye.
That man drank one glass of water and been to Egypt. He been Steven's job off that one glass of goddamn water. He been killing folks left and right. He been pointing at goats. And this is who you all listen to as opposed to Khonshu. Now understand, Khonshu didn't fucked with the planet's gravitational pull. Captain Planet finna lay them hands on him, fucking with the sky in general. But that part, I will say, struck me as odd. It's like, okay, this is the only brother who don't have an avatar. You all don't think he would try to get his avatar out? You can't even call him an avatar almost, because he ain't got nobody else. He got a nasty scale prison tat.
Yeah.
He got the moonlight stone staff from fucking Elden Ring around here, but he ain't finna bring Amit back. Like, come on, y'all.
Well, it's hilarious because I see some people asking questions about does the glass issue have any spiritual significance? I mean, as far as the show goes, it's hard to say, but I know when Ethan Hawke talked about it himself, he said that he just wanted it as a quirk of Arthur Harrow because he did research into cult leaders. Mm-hmm. And he said that he felt that giving him this quirk would show how committed he is to what it is he's doing, and that the path he walks, he must, make it that much harder so that he stays convicted. His conviction stays strong in what it is he's doing. That was more or less what he said.
They said, why isn't he bleeding all the time? He got the glass in his shoe. Well, one of Marvel's biggest characters, by the name of Penance, he had a whole suit on. Mm-hmm. That sliced him the fuck up just so he used his powers. He finally put that suit on, became speedball. You ain't seen not Nan Nick.
Well, and the thing too is, I'm sure just as Steven and Mark, they can heal from grief. Remember when we saw in the first episode when Mark, or rather Steven, woke up laying on the ground, his jaw was fucked off, and it just healed. Like, Steven doesn't strike me as the type of guy who knows how to pop his jaw back into place. We've seen that, Moon Knight, he could be shot, he could be beat up, he can be
stabbed the shit with spears.
Yeah, right? I mean, look, we literally have a part. There's literally a part in this where we see this dude literally has been getting the Jesus treatment. They're literally stabbing this dude down, and he is, I won't say unaffected. You can tell he's clearly feeling the pain of it, but you don't, like, when he breaks free of this, you don't see like him showing any signs of discomfort after the fact. Like, even when, because I think technically it happens to Mr. Knight first. Because he's like,
it almost seemed like he was actually hurt.
Yeah,
and that's why he wanted Mark to take over with the Moon Knight armor.
Yeah, because he came, was like, all right, everybody, you chill the F out. And all of a sudden, man, the spears and shit came out. He was like, oh, no, you can have it back.
But are we talking about that scene now, or are you just bringing up some examples?
No. I'm just that we can actually talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, and I saw somebody else. Yeah, and Robo just kind of brought up too, talking about how the Asgardians are gods to some, Eternals were gods to some, Celestials are different than all of them. And if you read like the 1980s run of Thor, you learn about how the sky gods, which include many of the gods of the real world religions. Yeah, if you go back, like especially if you read the Eternal saga, Thor is hanging out with all the gods, all of them, even the ones that are shown in this episode. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a thing. Like gods are, and even Bast. Even if you throw Bast into that equation, there have been instances. Hell, there's even instances more recently in the Ta-Nehisi Coates run of Black Panther where Bast now actually has an actual physical avatar. Not that dissimilar from what we just saw in this episode with some of the other ones, only on a more grandiose scale, more or less. But yeah, I know that whole scene we were just kind of talking about too with the spears and everything. I do real quick want to just before we dig too deep into it, because I don't want it to get lost. I did appreciate the shout out that Marvel gave to Gaspar Ulliel. The man who passed away. He was the guy that was playing Anton, the man who they were talking to towards the end of the episode, who is technically supposed to be the Midnight Man, but I don't know if we'll be seeing that anytime.
Well, he'll probably get recast, which
most likely.
And I don't mean for this to sound horrible when I say this, guys, but it's not a Black Panther situation.
No.
So I don't see any issue with it. They're gonna have those people who remember who it was, but I don't think it'll be that big of an issue to recast him. If you all remember an old show, it was Spartacus. Mm-hmm. That main actor who played Spartacus actually passed, and they ended up having to recast him as
Andy
someone
Whitfield.
else. So I don't. Now there probably will be another Midnight Man. They'll probably get someone that looks somewhat like him, or just give him the same haircut and something along those lines. So it's unfortunate that the brother did pass, though, and it was a skiing accident, man.
Yeah, and I still trip off of this fact that the person who he crashed into was fine. I mean, I say fine, relatively speaking. They were injured, but they didn't have anywhere near close to the injuries that he had.
Wow.
So that's why this is why I'll go skiing.
We gotta look at what color you are, though.
True. Look, because honestly, you hit that ice, man. The only thing I can do is go to sleep. It get cold, I just go to sleep.
We don't need to ski. We bust our ass walking up and down the street when it's ice outside. That's enough for us. We'll slide down the street in some Nikes and hopefully not fall forward. Yeah. But no, we're not doing all that. But
I mean, I'll hit the skating rink. I'll hit the skating rink.
Roller skating rink.
Yeah, roller skating rink. No, exactly.
There's a reason nobody been clamoring for that ice rink that was in Mall of Memphis. We just open up Crystal Palace and we all right. So.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hand me them 12s and let me get the y'all sprayed them out too. Sprayed them skates out.
Oh, okay, so Ed Boy in the cut is saying that the person he crashed into had a helmet on and he didn't. So yeah.
Oh,
okay. We're a fucking helmet, people. Jesus.
Wait for here. Man, why would you ski without a helmet?
I mean, I think we've all seen. You and I have seen this growing up with all the X Games shit like that. We've seen people skateboarding. I know you've seen videos of people skateboarding, no helmet on, no elbow pads. They didn't start doing it until Tony Hawk started doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
He was still cold with his fucking protection on. We probably have seen too many fucking videos of dudes face planting, cracking their skulls, opening all kind of shit. So
crotch busting.
Yeah, man, getting the ass knifed. So speaking of, I did start close enough. I didn't know it was a season 3. I didn't know a season 2 existed.
Yeah, they got 3 seasons now.
I thought what they were talking about was season 2, so I'm trying to catch up last night. But if we can go back to Moon Knight real quick.
Yeah.
This is the episode I think that pissed a lot of people off, because one thing that I was hearing from people when I started talking to everybody was it's still a little bit too slow, and that this was a case of the show had Andrew Garfield syndrome, where you have a main actor who has to put everything on his back and he is great at what he is doing, but he cannot support the whole thing. It looks like I'm raising a roof. I'm gonna put my hands down now. But this episode, I think, may have only solidified that, with people thinking it's not going as fast as they want, since we only got 6 episodes. But with you bringing up Gaspar and his character, that fight scene, I think, is what's going to piss people off, because I think this now kind of confirms some people's nervousness when it comes to action scenes, fight scenes as a whole with the Disney Plus shows, just because Moon Knight stabbed several people. Moon Knight shot several people. He shot him with his cape, but he still shot several people. We heard several people get sliced and stabbed, beat shit, shot, but didn't see a hint of blood. We heard it.
Yeah.
So we saw people. I hate when action movies used to do this shit. Like, somebody would get shot and then they would just jump in the air like Austin Theory when he caught the stunner. Because when he reflected the bullets back on them, they all, you'd have swore they caught a stunner real quick, the way they all jumped and shit. So I think this was the one episode that was going to piss a lot of people off, because like now everybody's been complaining about action scenes and Disney Plus shows when it comes to Marvel. Are we going to get the Punisher? Are we going to get Luke Cage to a certain extent? Are we going to get Daredevil at any point? And I think this may have confirmed that we are not going to get that, and we're going to have to deal with it, and we need to deal with that shit now. We are several different shows in. We're several different shows in to these Marvel shows, and if this didn't solidify it, and if this didn't get you on board, then you just gonna be mad for however many shows that they do, because it looks like it's not gonna be as, I don't want to say graphic, because I use that word very, very loosely, but just it's not gonna be what you were accustomed to with the Netflix stuff. If you thought that kind of graphic violence would carry over here, and when I'm saying graphic, I don't mean like Saw or a fucking Eli Roth movie. I just mean somewhat realistic, somewhat where okay, you hear the stab or you hear somebody getting sliced, you're not gonna see anything. They're gonna. I said this last week, kind of the way that Venom does it. I think this is what we're gonna have to get used to when it comes to action scenes. Now, I think people, honestly, you all should have figured that out during Hawkeye, when if you go to the Netflix series, we saw Matt Murdock bless Wilson Fisk with them hands on that last season. That man was spiritually reawakened by the hands of Matt Murdock. Then you go to Hawkeye, he done got hit with a car and blown up. Point blank range. That boy's Hawaiian shirt from City Gear is still fresh. So
look like it came fresh off the rack.
I mean, bruh, that
got tags on it.
That Tommy Vercetti shirt was still crispy. Okay, so that just, I think, solidified that Disney Plus violence is, unfortunately, it's not gonna be what you want. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be more, you know what's happening, we don't need to show it.
Right. Here's the thing too. I'm not a bloodthirsty person. Maybe when I was like younger, I used to be like, oh yeah, blood, violence. But like, it's not something that I'm just like anxious for. Even in things where, like in areas where where I feel it is warranted, I think it's okay. But I think it shouldn't be. I don't think the blood and guts should be the main event of what it is that you're looking for. It's like, remember how, okay, so
I'm really happy you said that, but unfortunately with the character and what people Googled, because it's what people Googled, so they saw a lot of David Finch covers and they saw a lot of blood and violence, and then they think about the Punisher, and I think or Daredevil, and they got spoiled.
And I'm glad you brought up Punisher. Thank you. You know what? I remember? What was the biggest complaint do you remember people having about the Thomas Jane Punisher?
Honestly, I was not paying attention to reviews and shit back then because before Warzone came out, I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought that movie was off the chain. That Thomas Jane Punisher movie was fire.
But here's the thing though, there were two big complaints people had: that he wasn't the Punisher until the end of the movie. Okay, and the movie was largely bloodless. It was largely bloodless up to a point. Up until the very end, actually. Up until the very end. But then Punisher Warzone came out. And then, the reaction was, people wanted a bloody, gory Punisher movie.
And we got a stupid-ass, gory Punisher movie.
I actually really like Warzone. I think
like
the movie...
Ray Stevenson as Punisher Max Frank.
The movie is not... Okay, I'll put it this way. The Punisher movie, not smart. It's not a smart movie, and I won't even say it's a good movie. It just entertains me. But, because basically it's channeling Garth Ennis at its most Garth Ennis-ness, as much as you could do that on the silver screen without getting an NC-17 rating. But... I'm
not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do Garth Ennis like that. Garth Ennis is not gonna put in a goddamn comic some Jamaican brother doing a flip off a roof and then eating a rocket perfectly. Like, this is fucking.
Wait. Are we saying this is the same Garth Ennis that made The Boys?
I'm talking about when it comes to Frank Castle.
Oh well, yeah, but
somewhat.
I'm sure he would have if he wasn't doing it for Marvel.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if he wasn't doing it for Marvel.
But
Garth Ennis in general? Yeah, that would, Dude, Garth Ennis literally made a comic where a dude put his finger up somebody's ass.
Oh, no, I know how he can get.
He finger raped Huey.
What was the name of that fucking DC book he did? It was somewhat recent. It was a team of gross superheroes. It was the nastiest. I think one of the the leader of this gross ass thing, I think his name was like Six Pack.
Okay, it's like no names are coming to mind right now.
I gotta find that now, but
yeah, I'm looking it up.
Garth Ennis will go gross, but he not finna perfectly do like
no
Warzone execution dog.
No. I'm not. Yeah, no. I don't think he would do anything like quite on that level.
Yeah. But please go ahead.
Oh yeah. But no, that was kind of the thing. Like, people wanted a more bloody, more gory Punisher movie. They got it, and it was what it was. Like I said, I walked away from it very entertained. But I don't take Punisher that seriously because I think Punisher's kind of a goofy character. Not only a goofy character, but a character no one should be trying to replicate. But that's a whole other story. But you kind of have to walk a fine line because like what was it? You know what let me know? Even though it was way deep into the movie when this happens, but do you remember the part where they're fighting and the dude's holding the chair? Or I think the dude tries to swing a chair Punisher, and the Punisher kicks the chair back in the dude, and the chair leg impales dude's face. Or the part where what was it? The black dude from Resident Evil? Where he's sitting there trying to cool the whole situation down, and then he's just like, wow! And he's like,
Castle.
You know what? I need to find that, clip it, and just save it. I
rewound that part so many times when I watch it on the couch. God damn it, Castle! You're forgetting the part that happened before that. When he punched through the motherfucker's face.
Dude, that shit. I'm not gonna lie. That movie knew what it was. It knew what it was. And I was
it was a violence that people wanted.
Yep.
But it was way too over the top.
It was dialed up. Okay.
She did some of them characters so wrong in that shit, dog.
But I fucking love it though.
Why Newman have to get his head shot? Why his head getting blown off, bro? Why did he do Newman?
Dude, he got done dirty as fuck. Look, you know, she was like, what was it? She said, that's for trying to steal that can of Barbasol back in Jurassic Park. But no, but getting back to like the violence, I'm fine with it. I don't. Once again, I'm not a bloodthirsty person, so I don't care. It doesn't bother me that it's not as violent as some other things, because you know what I love about it? It's a show I can watch with my kid.
Yeah, and I think that's what all of these shows are going. I think that's what all these shows are going for now, to the dismay of some people.
Yeah,
you know, because they really want it to be more so they can watch the movies. Let us have this because you all let us have the Netflix one. Because
right,
looking at the first season of like Luke Cage on Netflix, you could watch it, but at the same time, you can actually explain a little bit of it. Daredevil, you can watch it and you can explain it. Punisher, you could watch it, but you don't really have time to explain anything because it's gonna put you to sleep. With these, it's trying to be for everybody, and not just one group. So it's more of those show don't tell,
right?
Or like I mean, I look at it like this, and again, I know some people are gonna fucking hate it, and this episode hit it right then and there, but they're more so looking at people our age, and it's more, and they're like, well, I mean, y'all know what's happening.
Yeah, that's
how I think they're looking at. Y'all know what's happening. We ain't got this. You know, you heard the slice. You don't need to see the blood. You saw him jump very stupidly when he got shot in the shoulder. You know he got shot. It's that kind of thing,
right? It's and once again, I just trip off of it largely because, like, in the last year or so, and my daughter, she's really, she loves comic book characters. She Spider-Man's like still to this day her favorite. But she loves Venom. She thinks Wolverine's cool. She has sadly recently learned about Deadpool, but that's a whole other can of worms. But yeah, like, you know, like she loves a lot of the stuff. Like, case in point, she loves Shang-Chi, she loves the Eternals, she loves Black Panther, she loves Captain Marvel, she loves like all this stuff. Like one day, like I was, you know, I was going back and looking at you know, the She-Hulk trailer. You know, she didn't even see She-Hulk, but she saw them green ass legs, and she got excited because she was like, "Is it a girl Hulk?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's She-Hulk." And she was like, "Yeah, now she's on it." And like she thinks, and even though Moon Knight, you know, some of the stuff, some of the commentary and stories, still technically kind of above her. I won't say like it's above her understanding.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
She-Hulk, you finna get several couch cushions slammed on your fucking head because of how she is strong now, and she didn't pick up the cushion. In her mind, she picked up the whole damn couch.
Oh yeah. Oh no, she done bust me with the look. We have a full sectional couch that just goes all the way around the goddamn living room. She done picked the whole thing up and bust my head out and knocked the window out.
One thing I'm gonna need the people to do right now is I'm gonna need y'all to get the mics up. I'm gonna need y'all to get the mics up while Ernie looks at what I just sent him on Discord.
Yeah,
go to it's 143.
143. Okay,
143. I'm gonna need y'all to get the mics up though while he's doing that.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. Hold up. I'm a 143. Okay. All right. Okay. There it is. Here. And I'm going to mess with some real quick, too, because...
while he does that, y'all need to get those likes up there. Come on, y'all.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. I would much appreciate the likes. Give us just a little bit of love. It doesn't have to be a lot of love. Just a little bit, you know. We like love here, and we like love here.
You hit the nail on the head. If you don't like NyQuil because you do that nasty shake when you swallow it, if you don't smoke weed and you say no to drugs, but you tired and want to take a nap, put the Punisher on. If the theme song don't knock you out, 20 minutes into an episode, most definitely gonna put you in the coffin. Okay.
Man, so, look, you will hear the Undertaker gong.
Oh yeah.
You will hear the Undertaker gong, boom. This motherfucker. Okay, here it is. And we got the. Okay, yeah, that's it right there.
I'm gonna shut up after this because this is one of the reasons why these episodes are so fucking long. Because we do shit like this. But this is.
Look, I'm a cut to it. Let's cut to it. There we go. So y'all. This shit right here is life. Here. Playing that game. He said, "No, I'm thirsting." He's like, "You got the shot? Take it." Say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah, that's a Punisher movie. That's that's Punisher Warzone.
I like how you on the sly. You just did a Disney Plus joint just because from the way it was cropped.
Oh yeah,
they didn't see that half of that motherfucker's face was just.
Oh yeah, half that dude's face is gone. He's actually laying there, and
yeah,
you can see
laying there. This like from the nose up is in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gone, deleted. He got Matt Hardy'd. He was like delete. But no, that's Punisher Warzone. Here's my thing. Once again, as me and Carter were talking about earlier, I don't think Punisher Warzone is a perfect movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's an entertaining movie. It's something I can honestly, I watch it more often than not because I do enjoy it. It's silly. It's goofy. And it'll probably never be considered canon in the MCU, even with all this multiverse shit. Despite the fact that Ray Stevenson is already playing a character in the MCU.
Yeah.
Because he plays, what's his face? Volstagg.
Yeah. I mean, technically, so does Oscar Isaac.
That is true. That is all. And so does Josh Brolin.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yep, Haley Steinfeld. So there you go. Never mind. It's settled. But yeah, let's get into some super chats. We got some super chats stacked up. I want to go back and get them. Let's see here. Here we're going back. Here we go. Yep, this is it right here. Go Khonshu, his baby's father. With the $5 super chat says, "I come back to the live, see Carter in a wife beater, looking like 50 Cent in the Super Bowl. Can you please put on a shirt, OG? It's not summer yet." We also got LJ Brown with the £5. Says, "Chocolate City Carter gonna give them ladies that late night special like Pretty Ricky." Hashtag Chocolate City to Carters.
We don't reference. It's too early for you to be referencing Pretty Ricky.
Oh Lord!
There will be no Pretty Ricky references nowhere in here, dog. No.
We got was a quote the Raven. So with the $1.99 super chat says, "Hero wearing the Ahmet 11s." Y'all ain't shit. Playboy Legion with the $1.99 super chat says, "With the multiverse madness, what multiverse of madness do you think the X-Men will show?" I don't think the X-Men as a whole will show, but I definitely think Professor X will be there. I think that. I don't know if we'll see the X-Men proper. Because here's the thing. When you start adding in too much shit. Mm-hmm. And no, that was not Paul Giamatti. That was somebody else. You run the risk of making the movie too messy. you remember how we talked about No Way Home? Remember like the lead up to No Way Home?
You wouldn't even have to say that shit. You could just say Sam Raimi is not going to let us another Spider-Man 3 happen. Because that was too much shit. That was too much shit.
Yeah, it was too much. Because here's the thing. People are already arguing about whether or not that is Maria Rambeau or Tom Cruise.
Yeah. And then they came out with that new trailer. And I'm trying to pause it. And I'm trying to be like, who that?
Yeah, because one of the shots is very clear that it's Maria Rambeau. And then someone tried to tell me, oh, well, those are two different scenes you're showing. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure they're from the same scene. Because it's the exact same composition. But
I'm pretty sure if Tom Cruise was in anything Marvel, Marvel would not shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, for one, the effect that they're using on what is supposedly Tom Cruise, it's the same effect that they use for Captain Marvel. It's the same effect they use for Captain Marvel, and not only that, they're wearing the Star of Hala. It's obvious that it is not
Superior Iron Man.
Yeah, it's not Superior Iron Man, unless they're doing a Super Uber Mega Ultra remix of it. But people don't want to see that. Because I even put a picture of Captain Marvel when she's like powering up. It's literally the exact same lighting and particle effect on that character. Not to mention, in one of the scenes where you can see it a little bit more clearly, I see some curly hair, but neither here nor there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty obvious it's Maria Rambeau, but nobody wants to believe it. But you know what? When the movie comes out, I'll be the one sitting here laughing.
Okay, so here's the thing though. Now this comes out May 6th because there are several buses in LA and billboards bragging about this shit. I didn't know it was coming that quick.
Oh yeah.
Now when that movie comes out, and let's say for the sake of conversation, it is not Monica Rambeau. What are you gonna say on that first cave after that movie has released?
Oh, I didn't say it was Monica. I said it was Maria.
Well, not Monica. You know what I mean.
I'm saying it's Lashana Lynch.
Okay.
I mean, if it ain't, then I'll own up to it. I've owned up to my missed calls in the past, but I mean, typically, not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm a lot quicker to admit when I'm wrong than the people who are arguing with me about it.
I got to stop bringing up Savage Dragon up in here, man. I got to stop bringing up.
Hey, you know what? It's true. You got it right. It is Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon, y'all.
I don't like that movie, but I would not put Savage Dragon on Punisher War song, dog. Not after what we just saw, dog. That was too fucking funny. That was too funny.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't the same as what I don't even want to try and remember what it was you said that happened to that damn Savage Dragon comic. Anyway, Brown Hornet one with the $5 super chat says Brown Hornet Omniverse got backed on Kickstarter. Thanks. More historical fantasies coming about by us. Hey, we're glad it worked out. Glad that it worked out, dude. Hey, I love it when a plan comes together. Let's see here. We also got another one from Go Khonshu, his baby's father, with a $5 super chat. Says Blerd, tell these guys to get them likes up before you play the Sailor Moon theme song on repeat. Look, and I'm not just gonna. You know what? I'm not just gonna play the English one either. I'm gonna play the Japanese one. Same song, just Japanese lyrics, and doesn't sound as lit. I'm gonna be honest. We also got another one here with the 1510 super chat from the Purple Lord Leo Anansi. Says good to see the homie Carter Presents back on YouTube. Moon Knight is 100%. You goddamn right it is. You goddamn right it is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. We also got another one here. We got one from Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian super chat. Says, I'm not caught up on Moon Knight, so y'all are muted until the topic on screen changes. Shrugs. Carter, I love the shirt. Need a bottle of Colt 45, though. Ooh.
That was racist. I've never in my life drank malt liquor. What?
Yeah,
sure? I've never. No.
Okay,
I had to think about it for a minute. I just remember it. I was trying to think, had there ever been an instance where Colt 45 has even been in my vicinity? And there was just when I was hanging out with a much older crowd than me, college, they were all college boys, and I most definitely was not. These were a group of college white boys that were knocking back Colt 45. I sat there with my natty light playing with the dog.
Dang.
Even I didn't go the route of malt liquor.
Now, here's the thing. This will be the last thing, and then we'll kind of move on because basically the gist of it, because I feel like it's not a whole heap of a lot else we can say about it. Basically, in regards to Moon Knight, of course, Moon Knight, or rather Mr. Knight, and Khonshu, they do wind up not heeding the god's words. because of course, they're trying to figure out that they find a star chart that's going to help them, in their quest to further understand what's going on, to further stop Amit and all of this stuff. But the problem is that the star chart was made so many years ago. The stars have moved, so no one knows where the stars would have been. Except for Khonshu. Khonshu knows. So they end up messing with the sky yet again, basically trying to turn the stars back to where they were, which, by the way, it's got to be disorienting as fuck to anyone who is not a superhero in the MCU. Like, you just look up, man, you didn't have an eclipse. Now you got the motherfucking sky didn't change. This man basically pulled a Superman. Superman, what was it? Superman 1? Superman, was he flew around the world, turned time backwards?
Yeah,
they basically kind of do the same thing. They're actually kind of doing the portal gesture. I don't know if anybody even recognizes it. They're doing the portal gesture from Doctor Strange. But they're turning back the stars, and this actually gains the wrath of the gods. And this is technically why Khonshu gets encased in stone. That he was so worried about happening. Like, actually, I was like, wow, this happened way sooner than I thought it was gonna happen. But
before Rita makes the putties big, that's what that motherfucker is, right?
Right, dude. It's really, yeah. Make my Khonshu grow.
Can I tell you a horrible skit that just popped into my head that somebody's probably gonna put on TikTok at some point?
What's that?
A guy and a girl having sex. And then the girl says that, "Oh, babe, I think I'm pregnant." And then it just cuts to the nigga just doing. You gotta rewind that. We gotta rewind that.
Oh my god. You ain't shit. Somebody's gonna make it. Someone's gonna end up making it. But here's the thing. So Khonshu's encased in stone, and now that leaves Mark and Steven without the power of Khonshu, supposedly.
Yeah.
But here's a detail someone eagle-eyed noticed about the credits.
Okay.
To the show.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about this.
Yeah. So apparently, if you pay close attention, in the credits, the moon actually changes each episode. So here, show you what I'm talking about. Here you go. If you notice, the moon literally changes phases, and the thought process is that by the time we get to the 6th and final episode, the moon will be completely full by the time we get to that point. Which I'm very curious to see. Yeah, but yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Like, yeah, but whenever we see the moon, it's never it's never the same as it was in the previous episode, which is a neat feature, which should be unsurprising considering the way that Moon Knight has been handled. When they released the trailer, I think it was like a full moon or a new moon, and then when the first episode premiered, I think it was also on like a specific moon phase. So yeah, that's cool. It's actually pretty cool.
It's gonna be interesting to see how, if at all, he is weakened with Khonshu being locked away, because even though Amit is in the tomb somewhere, Harrow still has some kind of power.
Yeah, he still has power.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Mark and Steven are nerfed at all, or maybe Wolverine is going to help out some more, or fucking Jake Lockley, like you fucking said. But this next episode should be interesting, because this is we got 2 more episodes now?
3.
Oh, so that was episode 3.
Yeah, it was episode 3.
I couldn't remember.
3D.
That hour went back quick.
Yeah.
I will say that.
It really did.
I will say that.
One thing I will say though is, as far as episodes and stuff like that go, the thing that a lot of people are now curious about is, if Steven summons the suit and we get Mr. Knight, Mark summons the suit, we get Moon Knight. If it is Jake Lockley, what does he summon? Does he get a different suit? Because that's not a thing in the comics. For those who don't know, in the comics, there is no there's no defining difference.
He just run over motherfuckers with a cab. With a text cap. He just started running over.
He hit him with that cab and boop boop. And then boop boop. But no, I am curious though as to whether or not they'll do something with him, like, oh, well, will he summon something else? Will he summon what other thing will there be? Because in the comics it's just like, Moon, like, it's Mark Spector is usually the dude in the driver's seat, and it just is what it is. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what the fuck they do with that, if they do anything with that. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens there. But let's move on, because we still got plenty to talk about. We kind of overshot here, but let's get into this other thing, because I think this is actually going to be something that is, I think, is going to be pretty interesting to kind of gloss over, kind of ruminate on. Carter, so as you know, we got Thor: Love and Thunder coming up. Got that Love and Thunder.
I'm sorry, I just looked at the post for words. I was saying again, dude got blasted. I can't.
Oh my god, dude! Oh Lord. Well, yes, we have.
I'm listening. You have my attention. I'm focused now.
Yeah, we got. We're
professional. We good.
We've got Gorr the God Butcher coming to Thor: Love and Thunder. Yes. Which is an interesting. It's an interesting thing to me, because technically we already got Gorr the God Butcher in the MCU, because that was what Taika Waititi said, that's what inspired Hela when they were shooting Thor Ragnarok. Mm-hmm. He actually wanted to use Gorr the God Butcher, but Marvel wouldn't let him, so he just took inspiration from Gorr the God Butcher, which is why Hela had the abilities that she had. They were basically stuff that he kind of cribbed from Gorr the God Butcher, which is kind of what got people thinking, oh, well, does she have all black? Because, that's, supposedly, that's what Gorr was using. But for those unfamiliar, Gorr the God Butcher, a character from Jason Aaron and Assad Ribick's Thor, God of Thunder, basically a character who is disillusioned with the gods, doesn't think that they are worth the skin that they're printed on, and his whole life's mission is to destroy all gods. But it was revealed to us we're going to be getting this character. Christian Bale is the one who's going to be taking up the role. Now, we've already seen set photos. There were leaked set photos of him, largely on blue screen, but we've also seen some location shots with Christian Bale in costume. And I mean, some people were worried, some people were concerned, some people were excited, other people, they didn't know what the fuck to think. But this is basically, this is kind of a collage of some of the things that we had seen. We basically just saw, Christian Bale. He's got on like some makeup to make his self look gray, and he's rocking the gray robes. Some of the jokes I have seen people make about this have channeled Bill and Ted vibes. I've seen some people say he looks like Death from the Bill and Ted Bogus Journey. I actually saw somebody even post a thing on Twitter. Basically, they're saying, they're like, man, how are we supposed to be scared of Gorr the God Butcher? This man couldn't even beat Bill and Ted in a game of Twister. But dude was out here getting Melvined. But no, all that aside, we actually got some images that have kind of snitched on the
That's one way to say
it. Yeah, they kind of snitched on some things we're gonna be seeing in Thor Love and Thunder, and one of those things was Gorr the God Butcher. Now, let's be real here. Toys do often snitch. That's how we figured out that the villain in Eternals was Crow. It was a toy leak, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Marvel Legends toy leak. Marvel Legends be snitching on the MCU, but what we got was a picture of one of the side of one of the toys, and it was for the figure of Gorr the God Butcher. And they kind of did what I think we would have expected. You know, of course, we saw the makeup that Christian Bale was in. It wasn't really very intricate. But what they like to do is they like to go back and then add things on top of it with CG, which kind of looks like what happened here. This is what we've seen. Like, he doesn't have the exact same look that we're typically used to seeing with Gorr the God Butcher. He just kind of looks like Christian Bale in some gray-ass fucking makeup and some scars on his face. The Gorr the God Butcher, I think we are more accustomed to seeing. We're used to seeing a Gorr that I would say by all accounts is very reminiscent of and maybe this is why Marvel went this direction, if this is in fact the case. I feel like Marvel probably went this direction because they didn't want him to be too similarly compared to the character of Voldemort from Harry Potter. But I think that was going to happen regardless just because of the skin tone. But, yeah, typically when you get Gorr the God Butcher, this is what he looks like. He's typically he usually doesn't have, any pronounced nose or anything like that. He's just got nostrils. Kind of up closer to the eyes. And, that's him. But they decided to go in a different direction. And this is one of those situations kind of reminds me. I know, Carter, you say you never actually saw X-Men Apocalypse, right?
I did not.
Okay, so so I don't know if you know this then, but originally, remember how we actually did ultimately wind up seeing Apocalypse in those films, like the way he actually ultimately wound up looking?
Yeah, it looked like I've news.
Yes, that too. So, for those unfamiliar, this is what we ultimately got in regards to what he ended up looking like. But if you actually go and look at some of the original designs, this is what he was actually supposed to originally he was designed to look like. He was actually going to be a CG and animatronic character. They ended up not going this direction because when they brought on Oscar Isaac, they wanted him to be able to emote. And this is a common thing in Hollywood, so this isn't like something that they only came up with for Oscar Isaac. No, this is normal. Whenever you get an actor who is typically known for being, a good actor, what they typically do is they say, well, we don't want to bog everything down in CG and animatronics. We actually want to be able to capture the actors' facials. Kind of like, remember how we talked about this with the Batman? The reason why he doesn't have the white eyes in the Batman was because, like, there were things that Robert Pattinson was doing with his eyes that you just can't replicate with CG or with animatronics and shit like that. Yeah. That's kind of what they went with in regards.
So he can emote.
Yeah, they want to be able to emote. We want to be able to see what it is that he was doing, and for better or worse, we wound up with this instead. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's probably more of the case of what was going on in regards to Christian Bale. They probably said to themselves, man, we got Christian Bale. We got this guy who is like a world-class tour de force actor. We don't want to waste this guy. We want to be able to we want to be able to show what he can do with his facials and have Gorr the God Butcher be this sympathetic character. This is probably what everybody in the room was thinking. But what they should have been thinking, if this is in fact truly what we are going to see on the silver screen, I think what they should have been thinking about is probably making something a little bit closer to this. I think that you don't really need to be able to emote that well with Gorr the God Butcher, because I think, and I don't know, maybe they should have went the Thanos route. I don't know, because that was another thing. You know, we had Josh Brolin as Thanos, and he was able to emote just fine. I think we were able to empathize and sympathize with Thanos perfectly fine, you know, with the CG. But for whatever reason, they didn't do it, and it's gonna wind up being what it is. Carter, what are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think about this? This Gorr the God Butcher we are now gonna be seeing. What do you think about it?
Think about, you look through 3 X-Men movies. Mm-hmm. None of them look like what we were accustomed to. I look at, there have been several different Marvel movies where they haven't looked like you just grabbed a book and that's how they look. You know, like one of the main ones, just from these toys you see, is Star-Lord. Star-Lord never looked like that in any other fucking comics.
True.
Until after the movie came out. Now you always see him dual wielding fucking pistols and with the COVID mask on. Like, I look at Wolverine. Wolverine never looked like how he looked in the Fox cartoon that you grew up on. Wolverine never looked like anything you saw in Hickman stuff. Shit, even Spider-Man. You go to the Spidey movies, go to Raimi's movies. Everybody said he looked like he was fucking basketball because of how the spider web lines and stuff were. Right. So, you had to know how they looked. And the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, it's not going to look one-to-one like you wanted to. Thor didn't. I think
no, not at all.
You got, it's a very dumb thing to argue about, because you got to think, people, this is Christian Bale.
Right.
If he's still able to act the way he can, and like, what are we talking about here? This is still Christian Bale at the end of the day, so he's gonna knock it out of the park as Gorr the God Butcher if you have read that Jason Aaron stuff. So I don't know, dude. This feels like something like you just arguing for argument's sake to me.
Right.
Because as soon as I saw the toy line and stuff like that, I'm just like, okay.
Right.
He can't be the noseless, lipless, fucking symbiote sword man. That's fine. He's gonna, you look at Valkyrie. Valkyrie never looked like that.
No, they've actually only just recently, in the what was it, in King in Black?
Yeah, so
they only just recently introduced that version of Valkyrie into the comics.
Yeah, so I think the one thing that was completely one-to-one that I can think of recently, and I know there've probably been several. You don't have to go in the comments and say, well, actually, no, I know, but the one that's coming to mind where they actually threw us a bone was Kid Loki in Loki series. That was one-to-one from Journey into Mystery to this. So they will do it sometimes, but
also was it Richard E. Grant, that version of Loki, which is the classic Loki. Even that looked ridiculous. Yeah, but it was cool, but it looked ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So sometimes they will do it, sometimes they won't do it. But I just feel like, dude, like I said, this is still Christian Bale. How he looks, and he's still, he's still great. He still had the stuff on him. If you read the back of the figure, it says with a terrifying new weapon. So he still might have the Necro sword.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. No. Like I said, all bullshit aside.
Unless he was was just drastic. So the gore we have in the Marvel movies was big ass mosquito. Okay, I can see why you mad. Why is this motherfucker a mosquito now? He looked somewhat human-like. What the fuck? I don't care about him looking like some shit off Prometheus, dog.
I didn't even think about Prometheus, but yeah, now that you said that, I'm not going to be able to unsee it. No, I mean, like I said, in the end, like, I use Apocalypse as just because here's the thing. Let's go back to Apocalypse.
Okay.
I think the only reason why I think anyone cares that version of Apocalypse wasn't used is because the movie did turn out to be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that would have made it better. I'm not saying it wouldn't have changed the movie. The movie still would have been terrible. But you would have been able to take it a little bit more seriously, I think. In this case, I think I want to wait and see the performance. I want to wait and see how Christian Bale plays his character. And if the performance, which I think Christian Bale, I don't think I've seen a movie where he hasn't at least turned in some modicum of a good performance.
He cussed motherfuckers out on the set of Terminator Salvation, and nobody likes that fucking movie but me. Come on, y'all.
Actually, I really like Salvation. I don't get why people hate it, but yeah. Because it's fucking... Look, go watch Terminator Genesis and then come back and tell me Terminator Salvation is a terrible movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I think people, when they see the movie and see what it is he's doing,
mm-hmm.
I think people will get over it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the people I see that are angry are mostly DC. They're either A, DCEU stans, or B, people who just are really impatient and don't like to wait until they see something for themselves.
Just like I said last week, I had to get over the fact that Moon Knight was not doing stuff the way I would have liked to have seen it done. We got to get over that, people. I thought we would have got over this hoop 10 years ago.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you.
That's fair.
You know, when they do change things, sometimes they knock it out of the park. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Look at fucking Juggernaut, X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah.
And,
how did we get a better Juggernaut in Deadpool 2 than?
Because it wasn't real.
Exactly.
I will disagree on the point of I don't think if Apocalypse looked 1-to-1 like he did in the comics or like he did in the cartoon, people would have appreciated that movie better. I think more people would have complained that, damn, Apocalypse looked cold as fuck in that movie, but that movie was sorry.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying people would think he was the better. They would think he was a good part in an otherwise. Kind of what you said about Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Like he would be the best part of a movie that's a hot mess. Yeah. That's what I was getting at. I don't think people would have changed their opinion of the movie. But I do think people would have not been as sour on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then like, well, it's kind of like how I don't know. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head.
The gore doesn't even. He has a nose, mouth now, and he has some scars. I think the main thing is he has a nose and lips now. And
well, yeah, no, like I said, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, like I'm just saying personally. I would have preferred it if he looked more like the comic book version. I would have preferred that he looked more like the Gorr from the comics. But once again, I get it. I totally get it. I know exactly why they made this. Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what probably happened. About 10 years from now, we're gonna wind up getting a we're gonna wind up seeing a screen test. A screen test is going to wind up leaking one day.
Mm-hmm.
A screen test is gonna wind up leaking, and we've actually talked about this before on the show.
I just thought
some of you may not remember this. Y'all might not have been around. Maybe. Who knows? But there was a screen test that came out years after the Raimi Spider-Man movies had ended. It was a screen test that showed what the original Green Goblin would have looked like. And the screen test, it showed it was an animatronic. The original Green Goblin was going to be an animatronic mask fitted to Willem Dafoe. And I'm not going to play the video, but I do highly recommend look it up. If you watch the video, you can tell exactly what scenes they are screen testing. And what it would have done is the animatronic actually had, you know what, fuck it. I'm actually going to, I'll actually show it. I'll actually show it because I think everyone should see this because it is actually pretty fucking cool.
One thought I just had was, with the people that are complaining about how Gorr looks, the Heath Ledger's Joker looked like any version of the Joker that had ever been seen up until that point. And everyone loved that. So what are we talking about?
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
But this is it right here. You can actually, the mask actually moved really well. He would have, like, the eyes would have been filled in with CG. The eyes would have been filled in with CG. They would have, the hat and everything would have been added in the actual scenes. They would have actually added the hat on. This was all just screen testing. But, like, if you look at it, this is how the original Green Goblin would have looked, as opposed to the Power Rangers villain that we wound up getting. Which, I mean, to be fair, Willem Dafoe still did a great job acting in that scene. But this is this is what we would have gotten. Like ignore this shit. Ignore this shit. Ignore that shit. You would not have seen these things. These are part of the animatronic that make it work. The hat is missing because literally just screen testing. But that is what we would have originally gotten. So I think what's going to wind up happening, because this happened with X-Men Apocalypse, those original concepts that I just showed y'all earlier, I think down the road we're going to wind up seeing a screen test of what Christian Bale would have initially looked like. And then we'll probably either go, probably was for the best that they went this direction, or, oh man, that would have been cool, but it still turned out all right anyway. That's how I think this is going to play out. Ultimately. That's how I think it's going to play out. Hell, a lot of y'all probably don't even remember. I think Josh Brolin did such a good job as Thanos. A lot of y'all probably forgot that his face changed twice since he was introduced in the MCU and Joss Whedon's Avengers. That dude was super purple. He was blue, black, purple at that post-credit scene in the original Avengers movie. And played by a completely different actor. That was Book off of Star Trek Discovery. But I think that and it was by the time you get to Guardians of the Galaxy, it's Josh Brolin, but his face is completely different. They completely changed how he looks between each of those movies. So, like I said, just these are things we just have to get over. But yeah, anyway, let's move it on. Carter,
What'd I do?
We got no, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't think, or did you?
Let's move on to the next part.
Why? This is the question. Why is the DCEU so rudderless, Carter? Why do they seem to lack direction?
Well, because initially they wanted to do what Marvel did as fast as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Then that didn't work.
Nope.
And then Zack Snyder had to step away, and they got Joss Whedon, they had Joss Whedon take over, and that didn't work.
Nope.
And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 standalone movies, and only 2 of them worked.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're at a point of throwing shit at a wall, and nothing really hit.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been safe, but nothing has gone through the wall like they wanted it to. So, and that's their own fault because they were trying to copy something instead of learning something.
Yeah.
I'm a genius, man.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. Here's the thing. DCU has been rudderless for a long time, and yeah, while we get flashes of brilliance here and there, it's not consistent. Like, okay, we got the Batman. We got Peacemaker. We got the Suicide Squad. I thought Aquaman was actually, I don't think it's a great movie, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's just a good movie. It happened to make $1 billion.
When I said they only got 2 right, I was literally talking about Shazam and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Neither of those Wonder Woman movies, in my opinion, were just hitting.
Yeah, I like till this day, Shazam is probably still my favorite core DCEU film. With the Suicide Squad right behind it, and the Batman as well. But yeah, okay. So to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on here, so Warner Brothers Discovery is a thing now, for those who are not aware. And this new merger is said to be affecting DC Comics, as well as not just the comics themselves, but the movie divisions. And what they're talking about is wanting to, quotey fingers, clean house, start over. From terms of a behind-the-scenes perspective. Now, one of the things that came out about this is that the I think it's David Zaslav, who is the CEO of Warner Discovery now that they are combined. He recently said that they've been toying with the idea of turning DC into its own solidified content vertical. Now, basically that's in the short form, what that means is they are trying to get someone on board who is basically a Kevin Feige. Yeah, we have Kevin Feige, who basically oversees the entirety of the MCU. He's the mastermind behind it. He's the one who makes sure everything is where it's supposed to be. It has organization. It has direction. It has a plan. That is pretty much what DC now has only just now decided that they... Well, I take that back. Originally, Jeff Johns was supposed to be that. This was some years ago, but Jeff Johns...
I remember that.
Yeah, all like during the production, I believe, of Justice League and Wonder Woman, he was supposed to be the Kevin Feige of everything. And
he was also over the shows as well. He was over the shows and the films.
He was over all of it. He was basically supposed to be the guy who makes sure everything is going the direction it's supposed to be, just like Kevin Feige. And then he just kind of disappeared out of that role. That role doesn't really exist for him. I'm sure he oversees stuff, but not in the way that I think they want to do it now. Now, a lot of people are getting excited because they think this means that the Snyder Verse will be restored.
Sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And honestly, if it did, then that's not cleaning house. Restoring the Snyderverse would literally be the opposite of cleaning house.
That's sweeping all the trash under the couch.
Yes.
That ain't cleaning the house.
or no, that ain't even sweeping. It's literally taking the trash out from under the couch, not putting it in the dustpan, just leaving it in the middle of the floor so somebody can step in it.
That's putting it in a garbage bag, but leaving the garbage bag in the kitchen.
Yeah, the house still dirty.
It trips me out that it took Discovery Channel to come in here and say, "Yeah, we gonna fix all this." Discovery Channel, bro. Shark Week then came in here and told y'all we need to change some things.
It was like, nah, bro. Look, what was it? Old boy, was it David Zaslav? That motherfucker came in here and was like,
"No, sir, I don't like it."
That man just sounds like a diehard villain. I feel like John McClane would kill that dude. Zaslav, like that. He feels like John McClane would work him.
Oh yeah, no, John McClane would just fuck him up. He would be the, like, John McClane would just pull up on him with the gun taped to his back. Just be like, bow. By the way, man, shout outs to Bruce Willis, man. My guy's out here struggling. Sad to hear. But yeah, that's what's going on with DC. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with all of this. Because DC is all over the place. Because it's not just their movies, it's their television shows. Their television shows are all over the place. You have the CW. That's a thing. But then at the same time, you also have the stuff that's on HBO Max that ain't got shit to do with the stuff that's on CW. It's what the fuck is this? And I know they're doing the whole multiverse thing, and that's their excuse for why these things aren't interconnected. But here's the thing. That's lazy. That's just a lazy way of explaining why your shit ain't together. And I think that needs to change. That needs to change. You got, like, we don't know what shows are connected to what. Mm-hmm. Some are, some aren't. And you can't make up your mind on what shows you do want to have and what you don't want to have. I think that we really need to. I think we really just need to have a good sit down, figure out where the fuck this shit's going, and be done with it. But anyway, and for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Bruce Willis recently revealed that he has aphasia, which is why he's retiring from acting. Bruce Willis, this news came out about a couple of weeks ago, actually. But yeah, basically, and I thought it was kind of messed up too, because after the news was made, there were some people in corners of Hollywood that weren't necessarily trying to dunk on Bruce Willis, but they were like they're basically kind of trying to say, oh, well, that's why he does these movies or does that movie, or why he's so
which makes
hard
no
to work
fucking
with.
sense, because what he has, this disorder he has, is going to start messing with his speech,
right,
and memory. What the fuck does that have to do with the movies he's taking?
Well, no. So the reason why they said it was because he hasn't been taking leading roles lately. He's mostly been doing supporting actor work and doing movies where he does movies where he literally only has to be on set for like a day or two because he can't remember the lines. And I remember there were some other actors that came out and said, he's had trouble like remembering lines for a while.
Well, I know several actors, big name actors, that were going just pumping out movies like that. I think a lot of them that were interviewed was like, we do that just to pay taxes. Yeah,
and that is what it is. That is what it is a lot of the times. But in the case of Bruce Willis, it was because he couldn't remember the lines. So he would stay on just as long as it took him to get the lines, shoot a shit, get the fuck out. That's why he was just taking random-ass sundry movies that made no fucking sense. But it sucks, because, like, dude, Bruce Willis is he's like a legendary actor. You just know, you're like, oh man, that sucks. But yeah, aphasia, for those who don't know, it's a language disorder. You basically, your memory, and not just your memory, but your ability to speak, is affected by it. So it causes brain damage that basically makes it pretty difficult for you to talk, to communicate on any level, and even to understand what other people are saying to you. So it's serious. It's serious, and I know I was gonna say, just real quick, I think about how now we have it to where people are really feeling for Bruce Willis. I remember this story that Kevin Smith used to tell about doing movies with Bruce Willis, how he was such a douche and he was just a jerk and everything like that. And now you fast forward to now where everybody feels for Bruce Willis and nobody fucking likes Kevin Smith because of fucking He-Man. So it's a complete flip. It's like, bruh.
Complete flip.
Like, bruh. And I guess, you know what? It's a good time to bring back cue cards. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I guess, you know what? Let's flip it to this one, because, you know, we were just talking about DC television.
Yeah.
And DC movie properties and stuff. The Doom Patrol is getting a spinoff series. This is something I think we kind of knew was going to happen. I think we knew this was going to happen because of the way it was set up in, was it season 3? Doom Patrol? The Dead Boy. Yeah, it was the Dead Boy Detectives is getting a spinoff. Which is...
We knew about this for a minute now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to say, this has technically been in the works for a minute. We just didn't get the, I guess, for want of a better way to put it, we just didn't get it all spelled out for us until, like...
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah. Damn, I feel bad now. I feel terrible now. I did that, didn't I? I did it. That's my bad.
But yeah, I think we talked about that when that last season was airing. That they were doing this spinoff. Yep.
We did. We actually did. For those that don't remember, the Dead Boy Detectives Agency is these basically two dead boys. Two dead boys who helped the Doom Patrol with their recent bout of death with the young lady. I don't know a whole heap a lot about the Dead Boys detective agent. I'm not going to even sit here and try and pretend. It's not something that has ever been a part of my purview. It's never been something I've really been that big on. But I did think it was cool when they introduced it into the show. But basically, yeah, they're going to be getting a spinoff. And I believe we will also, I guess which all kind of makes sense a little bit because one of the members of the Doom Patrol recently ran off with them. So I guess we'll be seeing that in some capacity here pretty soon. I don't know how deep off in it they're gonna go with it, but Charles and Edwin, they'll be back obviously. And I'm trying to think who else. They say, let's see, here it is right here. It says Dead Boys, that's such a strange name. Dead Boy Detectives. They're going to be bringing back Sebastian Croft and Ty Tennant, who play Charles and Edwin respectively. Mm-hmm. Or no, actually take that back. No, they will not. They're going to be recast. They are not going to be coming back. They're actually going to be recast for the Dead Boy Detectives pilot, which is just weird. See? Rudderless. But yeah, basically, yeah. So it says, just be, who is it here? Yeah, it's going to be, George Rextrew, Jaden Reverie, and Cassius Nelson are going to be playing Edwin, Charles, and Crystal, respectively.
Okay.
And they're also going to be bringing in Alexander Calvert as Thomas the Cat King. Brianna Cuoco as Jenny, Jen Lennon as Esther, and Yuyu Kitamura as Nico. And apparently Ruth Connell will be coming back as Night Nurse, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. I mean, because honestly, I just want more Doom Patrol. I don't really care about anything that spun off from it. It'll be interesting, but now it makes me wonder what's going to happen when if those characters ever come back to Doom Patrol. It almost kind of reminds me of what they did with Titans. The first season of Titans, they did an episode that was basically like a pilot for Doom Patrol. And then between that season and the first season of Doom Patrol, they recast Niles Calder. So it's like, I guess this is more par for the course than anything else. But I don't know, Carter, what do you think?
I remember the episodes that they were on and didn't really care. I'm sorry. I was way more invested in trying to figure out what was going on with Doom Patrol proper. They were fine, they were there. Mm-hmm. Don't know if I'd want to see a show dedicated to them though.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I would enjoy fucking Doom Patrol because I didn't know anything about them like that, and that's one of my favorite fucking shows. So
yeah, that's fair.
Let's see what happens. Even and plus with them recasting everything, they might go a different route than what we saw in Doom Patrol. So
yeah, that's fair.
Let's see what happens.
That's fair. Let's see. We got 11 months out of Walter Baptiste. Says, it's country, not racist, LOL. Show recommendations. Jack Reacher, if you haven't already seen it.
No, it's just Reacher.
Oh, yeah, Reacher. Yeah, Reacher.
It's just Reacher.
Right.
It's just Reacher.
Don't watch Jack Reacher.
Tom Cruise got a show? No.
No. Don't watch Jack Reacher. Just watch Reacher. The Tom Cruise movies are awful, by the way.
I've only seen one of them. Didn't even know there was a sequel.
Yeah, there's a sequel
very recently.
Yeah, Reacher, the show starring Alan Ritchson, is very good. From just, I think they just had their season finale, which that show's getting weird, and I'm worried for it. But so far so good. That was one Carter recommended a ways back that I've been checking out. No, From.
No, because I'm reading chat. I was gonna recommend, but I think this might piss people off. I was gonna recommend Swamp Thing, but it's not even on HBO Max. I tried to look for it the other day.
Oh yeah, I think it's.
If that shit's still on that DC universe, I'd be mad.
I don't know what's going on with that shit. It might be. It might be.
Swamp Thing is not on HBO Max, but From.
That's on Epics.
From is on Epics. Or never mind, I ain't gonna get myself in trouble with this. You think it's getting weird? It was already fucking weird.
No. Okay, so me and my wife are watching it together, and one of the things she said was, "This show is starting to turn into Lost."
She does know that it's done by the dude who did Lost, correct?
Yeah. She knows. Okay. And that's why she is worried. That's why she's worried because Lost also had Harold Perrineau on it as well. Yeah. And I think there was another actor or two that's on that show that were also on Lost. I don't remember. But yeah, basically, because when we got to the season finale, she was just like, it's aliens, isn't it? I was just like,
so you just told me something because you know how I'm watching it. I didn't know that was a season finale.
Yeah, that was season finale. Was season finale. Yep, that was season finale. But yeah, let's keep it pushing. This is let's cut this story because this isn't really. I don't care. We're gonna cut that story here. Let's get out of that one.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's move on to that is not where I meant to be. Blue Beetle. Got some casting news.
Okay.
Now originally, this is about, and I'm glad we didn't, because this is actually a story we cut from the previous week. But originally, Sharon Stone was announced that she was going to be joining the film. She was going to be playing the villain, or one of the villains of the show.
All right, now.
Yeah, we already had this with Catwoman. Look, y'all better watch out. But no, Sharon Stone, she was up for the role. And that has changed. Now they are reporting that what we can expect is Oscar-winning actress Susan Sarandon.
Oh, wow.
Susan Sarandon is going to be joining the cast of Blue Beetle. She is supposed to be playing a Cord. Those who don't know, Ted Cord is the original, or not the, I guess, no, not, I don't think, is he technically, I think there was a Blue Beetle before him, even. But he is supposed to be playing, or not he is Ted Cord is the guy who was originally Blue Beetle prior to Jaime Reyes. We know that Jaime Reyes is going to be the Blue Beetle in question in this movie. But Susan Sarandon is slated to be playing. I don't even know if they've actually given her name.
Mm-hmm. Damn, Jeffrey, you sound like Ernie from last week.
What's that?
I love everything about Tokyo Vice, but the lead.
Oh yeah. Tokyo. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Tokyo Vice. I recommend it. I just don't think the lead is great. But yeah, basically, all we know is that her name is going to be Cord, but it's spelled Kord, the way Ted Cord's last name is.
Okay.
So people don't know whether she's going to be playing like a relative of Ted Cord's or like a wife or whatever the case. But whoever it is, she is opposed to Jaime Reyes. As who's gonna be played by Zolo Maraduena. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That the cast is actually kind of shaping out. Yeah, I forgot George Lopez was added to the cast, though. I'm curious to see how that's going to work out.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, this is a movie that's going to have a bunch of Mexican actors in it, so they get every Mexican they can find. They're like, nope, get him in here. Get him in here. We need him. George Lopez, we want him. We don't know what for, but we're going to put him in something. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm curious. I'm very curious as to like how they're gonna play this with because I'm sitting here trying to think. Carter, have you ever seen Susan Sarandon play a bad guy?
I can't remember the last thing I've seen Susan Sarandon in, brother. Exactly.
Here's the thing: she's been in stuff. She's actually been doing stuff lately. A lot of stuff. It's just that I don't remember. I honestly, I can't think of a time where I don't recollect her ever playing an antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe she has, but like not like in the way that you would think of when you think about like a superhero movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lead X was said, man, sound like they'd killed Ted before the movie had even started. Look, Ted gone, y'all. He gone. See, the Snyder Verse still is in effect. What was it I saw? There was a meme I saw. It was someone said if Zack Snyder directed Spider-Man and it had Uncle Ben laying on the ground with Peter hovering over him, and his last words not being with great power comes great responsibility. It was kill them all. Because that's what he would have done. But yeah, that's cool. That's cute. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see here. Do we got any? Yeah, let's keep it pushing. Oh wait, we got some super chats here. Let's look at these super chats right quick. We got a super chat here from CT Kook with the $5 super chat. Says, can we stop making excuses for the MCU Phase 4 has been mediocre at best? Marvel ain't listening to the fans anymore. # save Finn Jones. No, we're not saving Finn Jones. And they have been listening to the fans. Are they might not be listening to you. But I don't know. I don't have that I don't have that perspective that the Phase 4 has been mediocre. I've enjoyed pretty much everything I've seen.
That has to be a troll, right?
I guess.
Save Finn Jones?
I don't know.
You want Moonfist saved?
Right?
Because it ain't iron.
No, that was
copper.
That was Copper Fist. Finn Jones. I am the Penny Fist.
What have we gotten in Phase 4? Let's think about that real quick. What have we got?
We got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Okay.
What was it? We also got we got the Eternals.
Okay.
That was another one. We've got Spider-Man No Way Home, which I mean technically that's a Sony movie more than anything else, but you know, take that how you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people will somehow, for whatever crazy reason, try to add Morbius into that, but it's not connected. And neither is Venom Let There Be Carnage, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, dude, Iron Man 1 was a shock. Yeah. Iron Man 2, if you listen to everybody, Iron Man 2 wasn't a hit. Captain America, the first Avenger, was a snooze fest. Nobody liked that first Thor until the second one came out and they liked what they had previously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it took that first phase to get into a groove. And
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, they haven't started off the best. It just, it came into something good. Save Finn Jones is nasty though. I'm about to say, why we want to save Finn Jones? That dude was lazy on the like by all accounts, he was the laziest motherfucker on the set of Iron Fist. Save him. I don't know that to be true. No, it was actually reported. Several reports. This was reported. And it wasn't just insiders. It was people that were in the show. They were basically like, yeah, he would leave the set and he wouldn't practice. He wouldn't practice his scenes. Shit, we should have saved Cottonmouth before we saved fucking Finn Jones. I'm about to say, y'all better save Mahersh. I'll save Bushmaster before I save Finn Jones. Them call me Bushmaster. I knew it. I knew it.
Look, y'all better save what was it Mariah Stooks? Y'all better go save Alfred Woodard.
He already said the ST part like really hard.
Stooks.
Like, I would get mad if he said that in my face. I would feel like there would be some kind of spit. He just got on somebody's nose. Like, ew.
Like, this is gross. Anyway, we got Gokhan Shuri's baby's father with the $5 super chat says, "Who going to be they Kevin Feige? Spike Lee?
That'd be nasty.
Dude, can you imagine Spike Lee coming in?
DC movies?
This is a Spike Lee DC joint.
I would no. I would never walk into something. You see Warner Brothers, then you see DC, and then you just see a Spike Lee joint. I would walk out the theater.
Dude, oh my God.
Oh my God. Spike Lee DC movies.
Oh God. I don't want it. But
not hating on anything Spike Lee has done.
No.
Man.
Here's the thing. Spike Lee makes some really cool movies. And I think especially as he's gotten older and he's, kind of, tamed himself a little bit. Because there were some movies he threw together that weren't like, Spike Lee joints in the strictest sense. That were actually pretty cool. That I thought were like, oh wow, this isn't what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
But no, he says,
oh God.
And
DC presents a Spike Lee joint. Oh God.
But he said, and Choga Bitch Miller Flashpoint movie comic got canceled. Can we get a round of applause? Wait, did it get canceled or did it get pushed
Pepper
back?
Scott, you shut your whore mouth because I immediately started thinking about Milestone when we said Spike Lee DC movies.
Icon and Rocket.
Shut your whore. You too, Carlos Johnson. I just saw your comment too. Shut your whore mouths. Absolutely not.
Look, can we get Static, a Spike Lee joint? Dude, that shit would be too nasty. But but I don't know if they actually canceled the comic. I think it just got pushed back. I think. Because I remember reading somewhere that the person that was writing it, I believe, said that it was it was pushed back to line up more with the release of the movie or whatever, which is fine if they want to go that route. I don't. I third generation don't care about Ezra Miller as Flash. So
how do you feel about a Spike Lee joint Jace Batman movie?
Oh, like Jace Fox? We call it I Am Batman, a Spike Lee joint. Bruh, that would be kind of nasty. I don't really fully know how I would feel about it.
I'd huff this bottle of alcohol before I go see that.
You would huff the bottle? No, not the bottle. Not the bottle.
Yeah,
well, okay,
I'll go there.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Okay, so this is last story. This is more of a PSA because we talked about this last week, and I felt like it deserved some talking about. Charlemagne the God.
Ew.
Launching his own comic.
Not reading
it. Look, Carter.
Damn.
Carter said no. Now here's the thing.
As soon as you sent me this shit, I'm like, yeah, that's staying on the shelf.
Well, okay, here's the thing. So here's what's happening. Let's go through the story.
Please.
So what's happening is he's actually teaming with AWA Upshot.
So you most definitely reading this.
Probably. But basically, well, no, here's not the only thing. So Kevin Graveau is going to be the one who's actually writing. He's the one who's actually be writing this. But it's a comic called Dark Storm. Okay, so first off, before we get into this, I do want to say something. Remember how all y'all motherfuckers were always like criticizing black characters for having black in their name? Well, you know what? I feel the same way when it comes to naming characters dark. Like, I want y'all to keep that same energy. But Dark Storm, this is the character in question, so to speak. Actually, let's blow it up a little bigger. There we go. Dark Storm! That's right. I guess this is going to make up for Kevin Graveau not getting to do more with Blue Marvel. But
I hope he's still getting a check from those though.
Probably, maybe. Who
Well,
knows?
I mean, technically he can't right now because they're not doing any fucking stories with him, which is just a horrible disservice.
Yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad. But yeah, so Kevin Graveau is going to be the one who's actually writing this. Dark Storm is going to be released under Charlemagne's Black Privilege Publishing.
Jesus Christ.
Which is an imprint of Simon and Schuster.
Look at Black Lightning. Look at that Black Lightning.
That does he actually does kind of slick, look like a bald Black Lightning. Like, just eating like... wait a minute. I just thought about it. Wait, so Black Lightning wasn't good enough for y'all. You know what? Black Lightning ain't got nothing on Dark Storm.
Bye.
Oh, fuck. Oh, goddamn. Oh, goddamn. Carter said no. He said no.
I'm up. Did I miss the show? I'm up.
Yeah. So basically, here's the thing. I didn't think. Okay, so Carter, when I sent you the story, I didn't even think about it because I'm gonna tell you what happened. I didn't read it. But I sent it to you because I was like, you know what? I want to save this conversation for when we get there. So, you say you got electricity? Rufus got electricity powers? Okay, here's the thing, and I don't know if y'all know this. This is actually a trope that, yeah, black people, whenever black people in comics, they got to have electricity powers. They got to have electricity. They got to be able to control electricity in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, we need to make an award whenever we find a black character who doesn't have lightning or electricity powers, but like we'll give it the Blerd award. But yeah, this is okay, so oh, goddamn. So basically, yeah, this is gonna be Kevin Graveau and Ken Lashley. It's supposed to be about a reluctant superhero who struggles with PTSD and is seen as an anti-hero at best by most of the public. Man, this sounds like Black Lightning. This straight up sounds like Black Lightning. Can we just go ahead and put this out here? Oh, good God. Dark Storm, a Spike Lee joint. See, Yeah, But no, man, Carter, why? Why are we doing this? Here, I want to zoom this shit in. I want y'all to see this shit. Hold on. There you go. So yeah, this guy, I mean, look, here's the deal. I'm trying to figure out a way to defend this. I'm trying. I'm trying real hard. Oh, God damn. Oh, God damn. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm trying. Look. He's like, I'm out. Carmen, quit. What? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Carter said he done.
Who is this?
Oh, goddamn. you know what? Here's the thing, and I know what some people would say, man, you clowning. You gonna clown a black man trying to give us original characters. Look, I wouldn't be doing this. I think, Carter, were you the one that pointed this out to me? Remember the picture that had the DC did that had all the black characters on it, and Kevin Graveau was like clowning them about how only like one or two of them were actual like original characters. But here's the thing. And once again, I have no beef with Kevin Graveau. Before I say this, I don't want anybody to think, oh man, he's trying to clown Kevin Graveau. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that that statement doesn't hold much weight if the character that you just put to paper is basically Black Lightning. Down to the name. One of the few original black characters that DC has. You go crib that one. Okay. Like you done filed the serial numbers off of it. And because I'm sorry, it's the same thing. I'm sorry, it is. Like, okay, and I know what some people say, well, what about Blue Marvel? No, Blue Marvel is also kind of in the same boat because when you really think about it, all Blue Marvel is, and I'm sorry, I love Blue Marvel, but if you really just want to sit down and think about it, Blue Marvel is basically an amalgam of like 2 or 3 different characters. He's basically John Stewart, mixed with Superman, mixed with Mr. Fantastic. Down to the point he's even got the white down the side. Like Mr. Fantastic. He has the mind of Mr. Fantastic, the strength.
Nope, not finna let you do it. You are not. I will, boy. You not about to downplay
and he's I think isn't he a Marine?
Marvel. You not about to.
He's a Marine.
Blue Marvel,
and he can make lights. He can make light constructs. He can make hard light constructs, just like John Stewart.
He's a Marine. I'm
just saying.
Al Ewing has done that man well. You are not about to do that to Blue Marvel over some fucking dark.
No. I'm just saying.
No, you're not.
Al Ewing.
I swear to God, I will. You're not gonna do that.
I'm just saying. Al Ewing did a great job by Blue Marvel. But I'm just saying, when Blue Marvel was first created by Kevin Graveau, those are the first 3 things I noticed about his ass. Because that's what a lot of people do. They take things that they like and they put them into something else. It's the same reason that, like, okay, so back in the day when Static came out, I said the same thing. Static was basically Spider-Man, but with electric powers. And a lot of people say, oh, no, he's nothing like Spider-Man. No, he is. He's a nerd, just like how Spider-Man was when he first started out. He's into geeky, goofy shit, and he has a hard time getting girlfriends, and he has difficulty struggling to try and maintain his schoolwork, a job, part-time job, and being a superhero. He uses his mind and his wit to defeat pretty much most of his bad guys. It's not that much of a reach. Like, honestly, Static was basically Milestone cracking the Spider-Man formula before DC could ever figure out how to do it. Though, I guess technically since Milestone was under DC, it was, in-house. So, there you go. But that's the thing, though. That doesn't make... Okay, so here's the thing. Being like another more popular character isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Because clearly something about those characters works and resonates. However, and I'm going to reserve judgment, but I'm worried this right here is not it. Because here's the thing. How long did it take y'all? How long was it before anyone even noticed it? When I said his name, Dark Storm, did anyone immediately start thinking about Black Lightning? Black Lightning, Dark Storm, Black Lightning. And if y'all, and I know there's some people here, I've seen some of y'all in the chat, I've seen some people here clown Black Lightning for his name. Y'all, I bet not hear y'all giving this dude props for this name. Because Dark Storm actually, that's like I remember, and God rest his soul, good friend of mine, passed away a while back. I remember we used to talk about making comic book characters and stuff like that. I remember one of the things he kept trying to push was Black Rain. but he spelled rain as Reige.
R-E-I-E-G.
Yeah. And I was like, he was always, yeah, man, Black Rain. And I was like, this is the dumbest name I've ever heard. But
Did you know that was a wrestling character?
yes, that was Goldust.
Goldust.
Yep. That was him. Black. That was when he was in TNA. That was his Impact. Yeah, good God. You say he thought it was Black Lightning. Here's the thing. For as much as we're clowning it, I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance. Here's the thing. Charlemagne the God, while you say what you will about him, here's the thing. He is, by his own admission, a comic book fan. And there have been times when I've listened in on the Breakfast Club and they were talking about some comic book related. He usually seemed to know more about it than either of the other two people on the show. He at least and I've seen him talk about comic books before. So, I mean, he knows at least a little bit about what he's talking about. And not only that, I mean, yeah, say what you will about him, but I mean, he's at least trying to create more spaces for Black characters. So I can't be mad at that. And honestly, if I'm going to sit here and clown him for doing what he's doing, I would also have to clown Milestone as well, because let's be real, back in the day, in the 90s, 1992, 93, as much as I love Milestone, the first thing that I think everybody said when they first saw Icon was, oh, he's just Black Superman. When they saw Hardware, oh, he's just Black Iron Man. People looked at Static as though he was an original character, but even he wasn't, because basically he was just a teenage Black Lightning who acted more like Spider-Man. So yeah, it just... Here's the deal. This shit's common. When you have characters that have been around for over 75 years, or, you know, whatever, 50 years, 30 years even, if that character is popular to any degree, and honestly, if you've been around that long, you're very likely popular to some level. When people make new characters, they're going to be inspired by these things. So I can't be too harsh on it. I'm pretty sure if people saw some of the stuff that I have worked on, you'd be like, okay, yeah, this reminds me of so-and-so. And you would be right to think so, because it probably did. But the reason why I'm a little bit down on this versus some other things, it's just because I feel like the names just aren't particularly well thought out, and it seems like these things are they almost seem too much like, okay, like case in point. Carter, have you watched any of Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Okay, so did you ever get to the episode about the Vindicators? Which was basically, it's a season 2 or 3 episode where, I think it's a season 3 episode, where it's basically a rib on the MCU and superhero movies in general, but specifically the MCU.
Okay, I haven't seen them yet. Okay.
Yeah, basically Rick and Morty are hanging out with what is ostensibly the Guardians of the Galaxy. Only they're not the Guardians. But the group is called the Vindicators. Well, looks like they're getting a comic too by way of Charlemagne the God. Only it's not those Vindicators. This is a different gang. Here's the Vindicators. But it's basically going to be a team of black and brown superheroes. Basically, they're the Avengers. They'll be the Avengers of this whole, outfit or, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll be cool. You can look, there's some characters you can very clearly tell who they are, who they're supposed to be. Like, I can look right here. Okay, this is Wonder Woman, clearly. Mm-hmm. This is Wonder Woman, obviously. This is very obviously like Iron Man. Hey, Thor. Here's Thor. Hey, Blade. It's Blade, y'all. It's like, yeah.
Who did the art for this, though?
I'm not sure.
Now, if they're trying to go the milestone route of getting more, I know some people hate this phrase, but people of color that haven't really been given a shot, I can chalk it up to that, because this looks very old school art-wise.
Yeah, no, it does. It most certainly does. Hey, I almost forgot. How did I miss? Black Panther. Right there. Boom. Done. Right there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be down on it. It's just that I would like to see just a smidge more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Originality.
Yeah.
Is basically what I'm saying here. I would like to see just a smidge more originality. So yeah, like I said, it'll probably turn out to be great. Ain't that the Alkalites? No, these are the Vindicators. These are the Vindicators. Like I said, I feel bad. I feel bad because, like I said, it makes it sound as though like I'm dissing on black creators, but I'm really not. It's just that I don't want it. It says black female Captain America. I mean, you may as well be. It may as well be. But yeah, I don't want to make it seem as though I'm trying to diss on them. I'm really not. It's just that I can't help but laugh.
I need to go back and read. I'll probably do that after the show. Matter of fact. Mm-hmm. I think I probably need to go back and I need to read some of the books that Kevin Grevioux has done. Yeah. To see what I could be working with here. Because to be quite honest with you, with it just having Charlemagne, I'm kind of checked out. Mm-hmm. But again, considering that it's Kevin Grevioux and the stance he has on certain things, which it's fine, but like I said, I think I need to just go back and check out some of his books again. I mean, to see like if we're gonna get anything from Black Thunder.
Adam, the Legend of Blue Marvel is good. There's some weird parts in it, but I mean,
I think because of course I'm gonna check that out again, but I think I'm just gonna have to read more. And I'm going to go back and read what books that he has done just to see if I can get an idea of what his writing style is going to be like.
Right. And I want to say it's also I, Frankenstein. The comic that movie is based on was by Kevin Grevioux.
Really?
Yeah. That is also him.
Oh, when he was like the monster hunter or something like that? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And then he also created Underworld. Underworld.
He did.
But apparently he did something with New Warriors that I'm not remembering, but
okay.
And I don't remember any of the other stuff, but yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, I'm willing to give it a chance. I mean, I'll totally cop to it if it's good. If it's good, I'll be like, y'all remember we were making fun of that Chocolate Thunder or Chocolate Lightning or Chocolate Storm or whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
It'll still stay on the shelf. I'll just read it and put it back on the shelf.
There you go. That's how you do it. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, like, here's the thing. Here, look at this. Nothing but black excellence here. I'm willing to give black excellence a chance. So, if, remember when we talked about how, when Tyler Perry made that studio in Atlanta, I was like, say what you will about Tyler Perry. You don't have to like his movies. You don't have to even enjoy what he does. But the thing is, he's giving black and brown people a bigger opportunity than what they already had to work in Hollywood just on that alone. So I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to give Charlemagne the God the benefit of the doubt. If you're anyone who is willing to give black and brown people more opportunities to work in these spaces that are almost exclusively white, I'm willing to give it a chance. I mean, like I said, I'll make fun of it, but I will do like I always do. I will vote with my dollars.
Yeah.
The same way I did.
Plus, you all got to realize that's what we do. And when I say we, I mean black people. Mm-hmm. We can be buddies with anybody. We still gonna flame your ass, though.
Oh yeah. You know no,
so that's just it's camaraderie. It's all in jest. Like this entire thing is all in jest. So we'll make fun of it. That doesn't mean we won't or we don't support what's going on, even if we disagree with something. But
well, also, you got to remember, we're also from Memphis, too, so we're even more hardcore about it. We real quick to be like, oh, man, what's going on, Pimp, man? Big head, little body, little short as ass. Like that's what we do. It's what we do. We roast. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's the writer. Yeah, Kevin Graveau's a whole. Okay, so I don't, you know, because I don't want us to fall into that. I don't want us to fall into that category that happened when Donnie Cates was on the show.
What do you mean?
Because someone just asked if he was black.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help y'all out.
Donnie Cates was black.
I'm gonna help y'all out. I want y'all to see something. So here, let me pull this up. That is Kevin Graveau. Now, granted, this is a shot of him in Underworld, but this is the same actor from, he's a writer, he's an actor, he is a director, he has done tons of stuff. The guy has been in tons of different sci-fi properties. But yeah, this is the man who created Underworld, and that's why he had a role in the movie as well. But yeah, that's Kevin Graveau for those who don't know. So yeah, I don't ever want anyone to go into thinking that Kevin Graveau is a whole white man. He is not. And his voice, the voice you hear him use in Underworld is his natural speaking voice. That is how he normally sounds. He has a very deep voice. Are you
joking right now? I hope you know they not only made a second, they made a third and a fourth Underworld.
Actually, I think they made a fifth. Yeah, there's Underworld, then there's Underworld 2, then I forget, it had a subtitle.
Rise of the Lycans.
They had Rise of the Lycans, which was a prequel. That's the third one. They also had Awakening. The one with the kid
that had Michael Ealy on it.
Yeah, that was Underworld Awakening, and I think the fifth one is like Blood War or some shit like that.
Oh wow, there are 5 movies.
Yeah, there's 5 of them. There's 5 Underworlds.
It was like 3 or 4. Okay.
Yeah. This, trust me, they got a lot of them hoes. Let's see. Yeah, it's Underworld. It's
Evolution.
Blood Wars. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Underworld Evolution, Underworld, Rise of the Lycans, Underworld Awakening, and then Underworld Blood Wars. That's the last one. So yeah, them's things. They also apparently they had a short film, but I never saw it. Oh, so yeah. Anyways. Let's get into questions. Or no, actually, let's get into our recommend. Carter, what do you have recommended for this week? What you got,
man? This is something I was actually talking about on Ryan Stegman's stream earlier this week. This is a book from Brian Lee O'Malley. Any of you all who know, he's the individual that did the Scott Pilgrim line of books. This is another book that he did that you probably don't know about. It's called Seconds.
Yup.
I've had this book for a very long time, to the point where I still have the Haitian receipt in the back, Ernie, that you can't see what is. I got this in apparently 2014 or 2013.
That's been a minute.
Basically, it is about a young woman that name's Katie. She's a chef. She has her own restaurant. She's trying to move to a bigger, better restaurant. I don't really want to spoil a lot of the main basic thing of it is she finds this bucket. Well, first she sees this little girl, or not a little girl. She sees this young woman. She sees there are mushrooms growing in her place in this dresser drawer, and there's a note with the mushrooms that says, write your mistake, eat one of the shrooms, go to sleep, you wake up new. So basically it's click, except we're taking shrooms.
I'm not, like, I haven't read it, but I'm familiar with the title. I never got a chance to actually read it.
This book, it's actually getting wore out in some spots.
Oh damn, yeah,
dude, I love this book. But yeah, it's basically, oops, I fucked up. Let me go pop some shrooms, go to sleep, wake up, and I can change it up. oops, I fucked up again and made something worse. Let me go get some more shrooms and go do this again. It's one of those guilty pleasure books of mine that, like, if I get tired of reading, certain comics or just not really in a comic mood, even though, I mean, you could say this was a comic. It's a graphic novel. Yeah. If you've seen Brian O'Malley's art, you know what you're in for. It's just more adult oriented. Okay, because like there are several instances in the book where, like, okay, I'm gonna smash this dude up. He just told me he loved me. Let me go pop these mushrooms real quick. But she doesn't realize that the more she's doing it, not only is she fucking things up, but there may be some more supernatural shit that might be happening every time she pops these shrooms. So yeah, that's gonna be my recommended. It was something I saw his name on it and was like, okay, I like Scott Pilgrim. Let me see what this book is about. And then I would always read it on every lunch break when I would go to like a Barnes and Noble. And then it just got to a point where I'm like, fuck it, I really like this. And then I just went ahead and bought it. And I still have it to this day. It is, you can't go wrong with this. You can't go wrong with this. So yeah, Seconds, Brian Lee O'Malley.
Oh, yes. You know what? Mine is going to be a little bit of a cheat. I don't have a comic. I don't have a comic this week. But what I do have is a video game.
Okay.
Something I actually finished. I actually have owned this game for quite some time. But I never got around to playing it. Mm-hmm. And I finally did. Finally got around to it. And it's the Dark Pictures anthology. Okay. House of Ashes. Basically, it's one of those kind of, like most of their games. They're like kind of, I guess, very similar, like choose your own adventure style stuff. Mm-hmm. You're playing as multiple different characters. Also a game you can play cooperatively with other people. One person picks a character and y'all just control that character. Mm-hmm. But this is one that where the previous two Dark Anthology games were like, was it Man of Medan and Little Hope, were more like ghost stories. This isn't a ghost story. This is about a team of Marines in, I believe it's 2003. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit of a period piece, as much as 2003 could be a period. But it takes place right around the time that the Iraq War was kind of boiling over. Okay. But what happens is you play as these characters who are looking for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And instead of finding weapons of mass destruction, they find monsters in the underground. Underneath the deserts of Iraq, there are monsters lurking. And I don't want to say any more than that, because honestly, I kind of feel like if you play this game, and this is something that pleasantly surprised me, was when I played this, I had an inclination that, oh, this is going to be kind of like, the whole group of Marines trapped behind, enemy lines with some kind of crazy monsters trying to kill them. And that I was right about. But what I didn't know was what kind of monsters they were. So I don't want to say anything beyond just that. And the game gets deep. Like, it's a pretty decent length of game, too. I want to say, like, I played it in one night, in one sitting. And I think I was on that bad boy for like 6 hours or so, give or take. 6 or 7 hours. And it was great. I enjoyed every bit of it. I loved it. The characters were all interesting. Some of them are assholes, but I mean, that's kind of par for the course with some of the games that Dark Pictures Anthology does. They do tons of other great games. If you ever played the game Until Dawn on PlayStation 4, same company, same developer. They also have another game coming out called The Quarry, which looks really good.
Okay.
Yep, same devs. This is all they do. They also have another Dark Pictures anthology game coming out called The Devil in Me, which is going to be about a serial killer. So I mean, I love their games. They use a lot of the same like actors and facial models because it's kind of supposed to put you in the mindset of anthology horror, almost
like American
kind of
Horror Story.
Yeah, like American Horror Story, where like you see some of the same people over and over and over again, even though they're playing different parts. It's really cool. I think this one, I will say that there's any one thing about it I didn't care for, and I won't say I didn't care for, is in this one. Okay, so in Man of Medan, they had, what was it? God, what was the guy's name? Shawn Ashmore, who some of you may remember as Iceman from the X-Men movies. In the second game, Little Hope, they had Will Poulter, who some of you might remember from Midsummer. He's also going to be Adam Warlock in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This one of the actors they had was Ashley Tisdale. Some of y'all might remember some of the, I think she did was a High School Musical. Yeah. She's great in it, but the way they do her is kind of dirty because she has her hair pulled back and she has really pouty lips, and the game doesn't really do the best job of depicting that without making it look like she's making duck face all the time. And she's supposed to be this hard-as-nails Marine, so sometimes it comes off a little weird.
Ashley Tisdale as a hardcore Marine. I heard that.
Yep, she is the leader of the Marines that you... matter of fact, that's her face. That's her face up there inside the skull. But yeah, it's a great game. And I'm even looking forward to the next ones. Honestly, anytime they have a game coming up, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. So, Supermassive Games does fantastic work. But yeah, that's our recommendeds for the week. Also, I don't know if you're actually looking to pick that game up. I know for a fact on PlayStation it was on sale. You could get all 3 games for like $40. I don't know if that sale is still going. I know there's a big PlayStation sale going on right now, but that's how I have played it on PlayStation. Let's move on. Let's read some questions from the Discord right quick, if we can, if the world will allow us. Let us. Urban Prince of Strong Styles asks, "Evening, Blerd and Carter. My question for both of you is, which Elden Ring boss made you throw your controller across the room?" Well, I can answer that one. Melania. Melania, who is arguably the hardest boss in the game. Because she is... Some of you may recognize her because she was the character that a lot of people... Like a lot of the promotional material showed off. She was the character with the helmet and the red hair flowing in the wind and the fucked up arm. But yeah, she is a boss that you can face off with in the game. She's pretty much... I know because Carter often brings up Sekiro when talking about Elden Ring. I always tell people, well, if you want Sekiro, go fight Melania, because she is basically a Sekiro boss. There's another boss.
It's funny you said that.
What?
Because Bishop was streaming it, and he was fighting her, and some of her attack animations are literally from a Sekiro boss. I know him because you fight this particular boss several times in Sekiro story mode, and as soon as she started doing it, I immediately noticed it.
Oh, and she will fuck you up. She is that Melania is not meant to be taken lightly. Another one, I'll give you another one, because technically, even though Melania was a pain in my ass, she didn't annoy me as much as this other one. There was another boss. Let's see if I can pull him up. Yeah, here he is. Placidux. Or Placidusax.
Ghidorah?
Basically, he's Ghidorah minus one head.
Okay.
But he is a dragon that he's an optional boss. And the only reason I fought him is because I accidentally unlocked the frenzy ending, and I didn't want it. I wanted a different ending. And in order to get rid of the feral flame of frenzy in your character, you have to beat him. You also have to beat Melania as well. You have to beat Melania, then go through a whole other area, and then look for this dude who is not on the beaten path, fight him, and then you can negate the feral the flame of frenzy ending that you would get if you beat the game. I will say, and this isn't kind of a spoiler, but if you somehow unwittingly find yourself at the bottom of some pit where there's a huge door that won't open, don't open it. Just leave it closed. I opened it, went inside, triggered a cutscene, and before I knew it, the girl who helps you, Melina, she turned on me. And fucked up my ending. But I was able to, once I did all this, I was able to beat it and get the ending that I actually wanted, which was Ronnie's ending. I believe there's 6 endings in total. The girl who you meet in the round table, the one that everybody tells you not to hug, Fia, you can get an ending that's based on her, one that's based on Ronnie, one that's based on that door that I mentioned. There's the regular ending, which focuses more on Melina. And I think there's 2 other endings that are tied to other NPCs or other things that you can do. But yeah, I will say Melania really, she really got me. But this dude actually pissed me off maybe just a smidge more. Just because there were so many times. There was one time he literally had this much health and I died. And for whatever reason, Scarlet Rot decided it wasn't affecting him anymore. So yeah, so there's that. Carter, what about yourself? Have you been playing any?
Not really, just because I have been in full on work mode. So the only thing I'm really playing is whatever handheld I take to work for like an hour or 2.
Okay.
I actually left off on Melania. Well, no, take that back. No, I didn't. I killed the fire giant. The
the big fire, with the big beard, the eyes.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with little Melania girl at the big volcano looking thing. But I was actually in the room to fight Melania. I think I actually fought her twice, died, and went to work, and that's when I realized she had life steal on her moves. So
yeah, she does.
But,
and blood loss. But the funny thing is, she's weak to blood loss. And she's weak to Scarlet Rot to some degree. Even though she unleashes it.
I haven't really been, just to be completely honest, I haven't really been playing it like that. There wasn't really a boss that had me tight, to be honest with you.
Honestly, the tougher bosses aren't until the end of the game, in my opinion. That's just my humble opinion.
Yeah. I can't for the life of me think of a boss that just had me heated.
Yeah.
No.
See, and I see what Hirionoshi's talking about how he just one-shot him. He did the thing that I was doing when I first started playing, the whole like just Kamehameha him to death. I actually changed, before I got to those 2 bosses, I changed my build. I switched from being a magic user to being a strength in faith build. So because basically I got to the point where I realized, I was like, this is just too easy. I'm making the game too easy. Which, I mean, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But honestly, I will say this. I'm glad I did that, because I challenge anyone who's been playing the game like with just I'm just going to Kamehameha wave everything to death. I challenge you to actually go back and fight them legit.
Well,
you will have a different opinion.
Yeah.
You have a different opinion.
Because that's what I'm basically doing. I just made guts from Berserk with the heavy greatsword, so it's just been strength all the way. And when I see people just nuke a boss with just projectiles, try fighting that shit normal.
Oh yeah, no, you remember? Hell, I'll even pull it up, Carter. I think I showed this to you once. When I went against, like, I had walked into a boss room. And I had no clue that I was walking into a boss fight. And no bullshit, I literally just deleted, absolutely deleted a boss without even really trying. I'm actually going back. Yeah, matter of fact, I found it. Here it is right here. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see here. Yep, this is it right here. Let's see. I'm gonna skip to exactly where it happens. Yeah, right here. This is basically. I walked into this boss fight. I had no clue that this dude was in here. And this was literally the end of the beginning, or the beginning of the end, rather, for old Godfrey. Look, I popped my little my little flask where I get my infinite focus. And you see how I'm deleting this dude.
It looked like you froze for a second when you saw that health bar. Like, what the fuck, man?
I did actually, because I didn't think. I was like, who the fuck is this? I wasn't looking for him. I wasn't even looking for him. That was it. That was literally the fight. That was literally the fight. It took no time. But so yeah, that's why I tell people, like, I that was the fight that made me realize, yeah, I'm gonna switch my build. Actually, I have another character with a Dex build, and I'm doing dual wielding the Rivers of Blood katanas. That shit's fucking disgusting. That's just maximum blood loss. Also, I got the Nagakiba, got dual Nagakibas. Yeah, dude, the samurai guy that saves you from the one dude early on.
Yeah.
I got two of his sword. That long ass fucking Sephiroth katana. Disgusting. Let's see, we got another one from Shadow the Cat. 99 says, bruh, Moon Knight just keeps getting better. Do you think we will get a Blade or Werewolf by Night cameo or post-credit in the final episode of Moon Knight? Also, you need to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was amazing. I actually am planning on watching that.
About that movie.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about watching it tonight. I was thinking about it. I don't know about Blade, but Werewolf by Night could happen. Because I know they are in the middle of filming the Werewolf by Night one-shot, little short story thing. That they're doing for Disney Plus. So, I mean, it could happen. You never know. Y'all might see Jack Russell sooner rather than later. We got another one here from LJ Brown says, considering Zaslav's clear out of DC, have we heard anything of J.J. Abrams and Michael B. Jordan's content? Please tell me J.J. Abrams' one is canceled. P.S. Oh, Lord, I'm scared to click on this because this is a video, so I'm going to click on, I'm going to mute my PC audio. Let's see here. What's this? Oh. This man. This for you, Carter. This for you.
If it's a Pretty Ricky video, I'm not, no.
Yeah, it's Pretty Ricky video. Yeah, it's straight. Pretty Ricky on the hotline.
Yeah, I'm super straight.
But no, okay. But yeah, I don't know about J.J. Abrams. As far as I know, his is still on because it's the one that Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing. It's the Black Superman one. That's still on as far as I know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got another one here. This is Ed Boy in the Cut says, you've been reading Jeff Thorne's Green Lantern run. Do you plan on covering it? It gave Jon Stewart a massive power upgrade and also gave Joe Mullen her due.
Super buffed.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I've been meaning to read. I need to go back and read it. It's also being written by the man writing the new Blood Syndicate, which I think comes out in May.
Yeah, May 10th.
Yeah, May 10th. So yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the Jeff Thorne's run up to this point. I'm not current, but I do plan on fixing that. I have a stack waiting to just go through, but I've been lazy about it.
Joe has a new costume. Mm-hmm. She has a new lantern outfit. I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like it?
Ooh. The Far Sector joint I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But they did change it. Like they changed it twice in this issue before they showed you the new and improved Diggle. I mean, Jon Stewart. But yeah, he got buffed in this issue.
Okay. I mean, I'm into it. I'll check it out. I mean, I'm not.
I think this issue was the last issue. I think it was the finale.
Okay, which is because everything is ending. Green Lantern's ending. Eternals has one more issue left. Apparently, Punisher is only slated for 3 issues, as far as I know, and Ghost Rider is only slated for 5. So,
you read Flashpoint Zero?
No, I haven't yet. Was it good?
It was funny for the wrong reason.
That don't sound like an endorsement, Carter. You kind of paused.
No. It was funny for the wrong reason. It was okay. Spoiler alert for Flashpoint Zero. The 0 issue. It's Jeff Johns continuing everything from Flashpoint, Doomsday Clock. He's continuing all that. Like, one of the first people you see is Marionette Mom in this issue, but somehow. So Thomas died, it looked like, or got sent somewhere in Justice League Incarnate, and he has somehow ended up back in his world from Flashpoint that was supposed to have got yeeted when Barry changed everything and did what he was supposed to do. He meets another Barry, the Barry Allen from Flashpoint, and is like, dude, you're Flash. I need your help to fix this. You've done this before. And Barry's looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? He knocks him out. He wakes up in an electric chair and it's like, okay, this is what you did in that last Flashpoint. We gonna do it again. Have the lightning hit you. You gonna remember everything, and then you gonna help. And somebody basically goes, nah. And when he goes to activate it, somebody shoots the stuff that he uses so that when the lightning bolt hit him, he can get the Flash shit back. When he shoots it, he fucks up the machine in the electric chair, and that lightning bolt just barbecues Barry. So this is not an instance of him getting electrocuted and then I'm the Flash. No, that motherfucker just dead.
Bruh. Okay. Well, apparently I got something to read later.
It was so funny, dude. I was cracking up.
Oh my God. Speaking of cracking up, man, we got a super chat here from X-Triv with the 1999 in the super chat. Says, just pop it in, show some love to you guys. Peace and blessings, Blur, and happy Easter. We appreciate you, X-Triv. Thank you for that, man.
I would not have known it unless any of you all hadn't said it.
Honestly, I kind of forgot about it until my daughter said something. And my wife had posted a video that was like, Facebook memories or whatever. It was a video that we recorded of my daughter when she was like 2. I don't think she was 2. I think she was still like 1 year old. It was her first Easter, I think. And we took her out to go Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
But wait, we also got another one here from Jonathan Motor with the 1999 in the super chat. Says, apologies for the MIA going through escrow. Those of you that own homes will understand it's hell via paperwork or taxes on roids. Dude, hey, I completely understand. I'm going through some tax stuff myself right now. Lord have mercy.
Read what Shaman 051 said, because for quite a long time I used to say the same shit.
Was it? So I've never seen Black Lightning, but being that the only thing I've seen, the characters living single, am I the only one that calls this man Electric Scooter? God damn it. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Leave that man alone. Leave Scooter alone.
What was the first thing popped in my head was just him trying to pipe out Queen Latifah.
Oh my God, Lord! Did Queen Latifah ever show up on Black Lightning? I don't know if she ever did, but it would have been. It's a missed opportunity if she didn't.
Jill Scott did. That's a better caliber big girl.
Yeah,
she got her own show. She got she's the
Equalizer.
She's the female. Oh yeah,
yeah, she's Equalizer. She good.
Yeah, she
good. But yeah, let's get back into more questions from the chat. It says, let's see.
Oh, you know what? There was a question from Bill earlier.
Yeah, what's up?
Before the show. Do you think that the current Moira that's a robot is actually the Moira that died? It was just that life went into the robot. Do you think 11 life Moira, that's the robot, is actually the 10th life Moira in that body?
Okay, I think I follow.
Okay.
So maybe. And the only reason I would give that a maybe is because I think it was in 10 Deaths number 4, we saw her doing the whole lightning thing. So maybe that could be the case. Though I feel like that's such a convoluted ass way to do that rather than just having her just come back on her own as a cyborg. But I mean, that's probably what it was. That's probably exact, or maybe just the phalanx itself. Maybe I don't know. It's honestly right. This is why I hate time travel, because it's so weird and sometimes incredibly stupid. But if that was the case, I would go with it. I would just go with it. I wouldn't like it, but I would go with it.
Yeah, he's saying it's because if you look at her hand, there was when her hand was coming out the grave, it was the lightning her future self used at the end of 10 Deaths number 3, meaning that she time traveled.
Yeah, that's what it looked like she was doing at the end of that issue.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would make sense. It would make some modicum, like, I guess basically what they did, kind of like what they did with Wolverine, how they were time traveling him back into bodies that he hit to his body at that time. Maybe she time traveled back to her body at that time. That would make sense. That would actually make more sense than not. Let's see here. Let's see here. Wow, that's funny. Said just knows Carter cosplaying as Vince McMahon at WrestleMania. I bet he take the stunner better though.
Man, I saw a YouTube clip of that. I did not know it was that bad.
It was bad. It was very
bad.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was rough. Let's see here. Jason Davis says, question for you bros. What did you think of the Daughterman designs for the new Hellfire Gala Doom, and who do you think the surprise guest is?
Why did he have a big-ass chip head on his whole body? That boy had a piece of the lawn that all Hank Hill's neighbors gave him after Dale put ants on.
You know what? Now that you've said that, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it now. Thanks.
That is Astro. That is turf.
That's Astro turf he got all over his body.
Why they do him like that, man?
I like the She-Hulk one. She-Hulk was nice. Black Widow looked weird as fuck. Yeah, see, I got it pulled up here. This is, I think, yeah, this is the Doom when everybody's talking about. Right here. Let's zoom that in some. But yeah, this is ye old Doom. Actually, here, let's do it this way. There you go. Bam. That's Doom right there. And then let's go back.
Scarlet Witch's hair has the Starfire vibe, how like Kenneth Rocafort used to draw her hair.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting.
It's kind of like her son's costume, because his costume actually looks like that.
Mm-hmm. This is the She-Hulk one, which, I mean, this looks like something you see Jennifer Walters wear anywhere, so. Yeah, but yeah, this is one you get, yeah, right here. This one's kind of wild. But I was like, man, why are you going to give somebody that long-ass braid to snatch you up by? All right, Bianca Belair.
I was so thinking it.
Look. She's like, I'm on my own. Against the wall. And then you got Spider-Man right here.
Yeah, Spider-Man is slick hidden.
Yeah. I was like, dude, look, this need to be the costume.
Can this be the costume? Has all these cold ones, and it's always it's a one-off.
It's just a one-off, yeah. This ain't this thing. Dude, they did one for Gambit, too. Gambit got one.
Yeah, that looked like something you see at one of these freaky LA clubs late at night.
Yeah. Look, he had a taco meat out. I was like, bruh. I was like, what's going on, man? You got the taco meat out? Was it they had the X-23? Yeah, it was X-23, Gambit, and Havoc. Iceman and Sync, Magic. Yeah, here they all are. Yeah, these are the other ones that that they put up.
Magic look like some shit you see in Diablo 3.
What's that?
Not Havoc, but Magic look like some shit you see in Diablo 3.
She really do. Let's see.
Sync, I would rock that. I would rock Syncs and I'd rock Havocs. I'd rock.
Oh yeah. This one, Magic. I like Magic's. I don't like the face covering, but like with the mouth cover, I think they could have left that off.
She got the COVID mask.
Yeah, like she like, nah, COVID's still out here.
COVID. Woo.
Man, look, and then I like Syncs. Just look like he looked like he just. I don't know. I this one, it looks kind of like his old Gen X costume, but like they kind of spruced it up. But I like it. I dig it. Iceman look, almost, Carter, you'd been so mad at me. I was about to say, oh, Iceman, his looks cold. He look cold, yeah, out here. Havoc's looks like some shit he used to wear.
Yeah, it looks like that could be it looks like that could be a costume he would rock. You just take off the big bulgy arms and shoulders.
Mm-hmm. This actually looks like his old 90s costume.
So he can finally take that stupid ass helmet thing off his mask, off his head.
Yeah, that's the like about from his old classic junk.
Yeah, I fucking hate that thing.
I'm not a fan of it either. Then you got this Gambit with the taco meat out. Look, why they got the nipples pronounced? Like, nah, man. What you know, man?
Why did you say that? Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of this game called League of Maidens? It's a game made by 3 people. It's free to play. You're making these female superhero type characters, but you can make them with the big chests and stuff like that. I was watching somebody do a video about it, and you can actually make. It has a meter of how big you want the boobs and how pronounced you want the nipples.
Oh my God, Lord. Anyway, get me out of here. But yeah, those they all look cool. I like them. The Dr. Doom was probably the most jarring, but I mean, it's whatever. I kind of wish he would have kept the same mask though. But it is what it is.
What are they doing with Doom? I wonder what's going on with Doom in comics. I hadn't seen anything with him recently. I haven't been reading Fant Four Stick like that. Since he did what he did to Johnny Storm.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. What else we got? Have you read the new What If Miles Morales issue? It doesn't just focus on him as Wolverine and the Krakoan variants. Check out Genki, but it also spotlights on a tragic real life event. No, I haven't read that one yet. I haven't been keeping up with the What If Miles Morales as much. I feel like there's almost I don't know, maybe there's only a handful of them, but I feel like a new one comes out every week, and I'm like, nah, I can't keep up. Let's see here. Said, what's the game Carter talking about? You said was it League of Maidens?
Yo, you freak! Yeah,
Lord.
It was it's a YouTuber. He's a content creator. I used to do a lot of content with when we used to do stuff for Mercury Steam. I saw him streaming it the other night, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I YouTubed it, and I said, what the fuck is this?
Bruh. Said Marvel should rename the 10 Lives of Wolverine into Quantum Leap. I mean, that's basically what it is. You just gotta hope that each leap is the leap home.
Oh, God.
But yeah, Carter, I think, you know what? Let's go. It says, wait, where can I download it for research purposes?
I don't know. Google it.
Y'all nasty.
Freaks.
Y'all nasty.
And wash your keyboard out.
Y'all are nasty. Said, didn't Dead or Alive have that and call it jiggle physics? Yeah, it was so basically what it was you could change the age restriction of the game. If you turned it all the way up to 99, that's when the titties would just be swinging for no reason. If they looked that way, they turned their head like this, boom, titties would just be like boom, 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 just everywhere. It was terrible. But yeah, there you go. Carter, what you got going on, man? You got anything special happening in your neck of the wood?
I'm running through this idea in my head to do a TikTok for comic stuff, like talking about what I'm reading that week and my thoughts on it. Just kind of like those YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
It's. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about.
We should talk about it.
Yeah, we should talk about that. But other than that, like I said last week, Twitch streams are going to be back May 13th because that's when Evil Dead the game drops, and I'm going to be all over that. I thought about streaming DBD up until May the 13th, and then I went to the bathroom and pooped and was like, yeah, I ain't doing that. So yeah, May 13th is when
this man said no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. Well, there's nothing else going on here. I guess keep it locked. Monday we'll be dropping the Nighthawk video. It's finally done. I know I said I'd have it out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but yeah, I've just been busy as fuck. Because I've also gotten some other stuff that's on the horizon. I have some videos that are just kind of like sitting in the wings waiting to be dropped. Rather large videos that took a lot of time and whatnot, but I've just been kind of holding on to them like the Ace of Spades. So I can do like other people do, and like something big happens, I can be like, oh, here's this. I have this ready. Here. There you go. I'm trying to be more prepared. Prepared. That's what we should be doing. But yeah, there's other stuff out there too. But we'll get to those things when we get there. What else is there? I did notice the other day, speaking of videos that are on the back burner, I actually forgot that I recorded a video for Icon and Rocket Season 1, Number 6 that I never released. I actually I halfway finished editing it, and then for whatever reason something happened and I just forgot about it. So that will be coming up sometime this week, maybe. And I'll probably do something for Black Panther. Number 5 that dropped because there's some stuff in there I wanted to talk about a little bit. There's not really a whole heap of lot, so I might wait till number 6 comes out and then talk about it there. We'll just kind of wait and see what happens. But and then I'm gonna reserve judgment for when Hulk number 6 drops, so I can talk about that. But yeah, did I watch Young Justice this week? No, I have not watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it when this is over. Yeah, and the ship, the Benatar? I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna be doing with that. I have no idea. I don't follow Guardians of the Galaxy that hardcore, so if he did an upgrade to it, I missed it. But anyways, that's it for the show. We have done it. We are we've wrapped it. That's it. It's in the can, y'all. It's in the can. It's happened. It's a thing. We did it. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. For those of you who are channel members or patrons, your exclusive content is gonna be coming up here very shortly. I'm gonna upload it as soon as the show is over, so start kind of keeping your eyes peeled for that. It'll be the top 5 comics of the week video that we do every week for channel members and patrons. And yeah, that's it. That's all we got. We out of here. I love you all 3,000. Make sure y'all keep it plus ultra out there in these streets. We'll see you next time. Bamf.
Bye.